Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello. Just drinking his coffee. Wasn't ready.
Coffee? What is wrong with you, Disper? What is it? Where's your drink?
It's like 2 a.m. for him. He's just down in coffee. You're muted.
I can't hear you.
Muted.
That was that. They could have had whiskey, and you don't know. Nobody
He
knows.
probably does. You never know what's in the cup.
Is this your desk whiskey?
We're getting desk milk.
What do you
Desk
think the milk
whiskey.
was? It was actually just whiskey milk from a special breed of cow only in England.
Oh God, it must be a Scottish cow.
After 2,000 years of binge drinking, we finally nailed it.
Figured it out. Before the Scottish, I'm actually surprised.
Well, I mean, what are they except sort of a barbaric, inferior colony?
We may not have Ian in the chat today because I think he's traveling.
Well, that's a shame he missed that.
I know he's gonna miss all the good singers.
Well, he'll just have to rewatch this and come at you later.
Yeah,
that really
maybe
sounded
next
gay.
Yeah, just a bit.
Just a
Sorry.
It's almost as bad as what I did last time on stream, and as X-Ray did see it and Wiki didn't. It'd probably be rude if I didn't do it again, of showing off my knob on camera.
Oh my God, this thing again. He's
What
really
is
proud of
that?
it.
I just thought, it had to be done. Look, if 28 years later can get away with it, with trying to smack the crowd in the face,
Hey,
then I think I'm allowed once in a while as well.
That knob took up the whole screen, essentially.
Yeah, I saw earlier the director was complaining because it's not allowed on YouTube. He said, look, it was amazing. It had this massive knob and a woman got killed in it. And I'm like, that shouldn't be on YouTube. But he sold it as if, look, this is the biggest one you've ever seen. This guy's a very strange obsession with it. I have never,
I don't know
in
what
my
you're talking
entire
about.
life,
I look it up.
in my entire life, I have never looked at anything and thought, someone needs to see that minge in IMAX. It just doesn't happen.
It's really big, and I'm impressed. Did I need to see it? No. Am I happy I saw it? I don't care. Because it was.
But they kept showing it throughout the entire movie. There was a bit where he was running along, and the camera just panned down to it deliberately.
Mm-hmm. Wait, in which
I'm
one?
28 years later.
It's the alpha.
Be very careful, Wicked, what you search for. Alpha.
I know, I'm like, I want to work.
Knob.
Oh, wait a
28
minute.
years later.
I'm not even gonna finish that because I started typing it.
I'm not sure you could finish it.
Yeah.
It's that big.
No,
It'd take multiple
You couldn't
sittings.
handle it. Not many people can handle it. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it really what I think it is? Because I just put in 28 years later alpha, and the first thing that comes as a suggestion is zombie hung.
Yes.
He is very hung.
That's what it is. Like it's actually
Yes.
okay. I'm not looking it up. I didn't know.
Robert Meyer Burnett said it's a glorious film. It's one of the best films he's ever seen, with the guy with the biggest in England.
He's proud
I'd
of
say
that.
Probably is.
I mean, bigger than some black people, I'm sure.
No, he is one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I can't tell when there's blood all over
Well,
him.
I typed in 28 years later cast, and it had a woman in from what was it? Willow, the ginger afro woman. She was apparently in it. I don't know where. Maybe she was the one giving birth. I don't know. But under alpha, yeah.
I mean, it's the one thing that like pops out to you. And
Yeah,
is
can you imagine
memorable.
that in like a 4D screening? You have your eye out.
Yeah, it's scary. Honestly, it's scary. I don't want it.
It's scary.
It was
Scarier
weird,
than the
right? Because
actual
they said the guy was so big because the virus started pumping steroids into him. Like, well, that's supposed to shrink it, not make it bigger. That's not
I
how
don't
that
think
works.
I know how it works. Well, maybe it's like opposite for zombies. Except
I
like
remember. No, go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, except for the sedation worked on him, which also worked on humans, so maybe not.
Yeah, the same dosage as well.
Oh wait, that already came out. The movie 28 years later.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my
Over my
Welcome
head. It's been a week.
How did you think we'd seen this? It was
Well,
like,
no,
no,
I thought-
actually, he
No,
did
we
put it
just
on YouTube.
searched-
He's now banned.
No, I thought that there
Alpha
was like, I don't
knob.
know, a clip circulating or something. Wow, that went over my head. I gotta go see it. Oh my
See,
gosh.
we
No,
tell Wicked there's a massive dong
My
in a
brain is
movie.
having a
I've got to go
delay.
see that.
Oh yeah, that's exactly why. My
That
brain
was
is
all
having
it
a
took
delay.
to sell it for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know what? You, me, and the movies. You're right. I still have jet lag from the terminal. The terminal matrix got us. I don't want to fly for a very long time.
I mean, what was it? 6 delays later.
Yeah, it was a horror movie. We all were.
This is actually the prequel / sequel to 28 years later. I have no idea.
6 terminals later. Yeah, for real though. It wasn't awful because I had good company, but it was just like, man, I'm tired. And now like I gotta sit on the plane after, being it's just,
Well,
everyone
so you
here knows
sleep-
how they work. Yeah, kind of. If you have room. Sometimes like if you get like a big
Yeah, but
person
you're
next to
tiny.
you.
Surely you've got a room in it. They could stick you in
Yeah.
the overhead compartment. You'd still have room.
I'd be like,
No,
"Just
they
give me a
probably
pillow."
really could have.
I'm good. Just give me a pillow.
I saw an article where an airline was deciding if they wanted to have these like standing seats, and I'm like, if I'm on a
they're
plane
awful.
for an hour, I'd be fine with like a standing seat. To be
An
honest,
hour. Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
Those seats, we have something similar to that at like bus stops and stuff. It's like 2 bars, but it makes you slope forwards. Actually worse than just standing because it shoves all your sort of down angular momentum into the front of your knees rather than being straight down as you're standing. I think that would screw up so many people.
interesting. Well, leave it for the young ones who are trying to save money. I do it for a short ride.
Did you dye your hair again?
Yes,
It looks
yes,
good.
I did.
I was just like looking at, but like I know like hotel lighting doesn't like show it as well, so I was like I could see a little bit peeking out. I like it.
Yeah, Melissa, she freshened it all up, and it was still pink, so we had to go with a little bit of pink in the hair. I wanted to go blonde, but it wasn't gonna look very good, unfortunately.
Not this time. You have to let it like fade a bit
Fade.
more.
A lot more.
It probably would have looked more orange, huh? If you tried to go blonde because of
Probably.
yeah. Well,
So it's all good.
I
I
like
liked
it. It looks good. It's a good summer color, like summer, spring. It's cute.
It covers my gray hairs that I don't
You
have
have
anymore.
a hair color for summer.
Yeah.
But
Summers
yeah,
are
this
like
is
bright
my,
colors.
This is my winter look. I've just bleached
Yeah,
it.
some people
Now
do
it's
do
like a
that.
ghost.
Some people do like with some like they go darker, like they'll make their hair black over
So
like
it'd
the
be
winter.
like brown in like fall, as you call it. So white in winter.
Okay.
What would spring be?
White?
No, like winter would be like
yeah,
a
because
dark
it's gotta
color,
be like snow,
black.
right? So it's got to be
Well-
white. You've got to like completely bleach it white in winter.
Oh,
so
I
that
don't know.
you
I
can
just keep mine
walk,
brown all year
so that
round.
you can walk through like the dangerous cities of Portland and stuff, and like the snow blend in with the snow, like camouflage.
He's going gamer brain with this, like, you know what? That's actually makes sense. And then you make it
Yeah.
orange in the fall so you can hide in the
Well,
leaves.
why else would you want to dye your hair to blend
What
in
would
with
be
the
a spring
forestry?
color?
Well, yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's what I was
spring
thinking.
color.
for Disparu, what would a spring color be?
Would it have to be like, well, what are leaves and that kind of thing? Would there be sort of the start of
Green?
a... No, that's
Yes,
more
when everything's
summerish.
blooming.
Surely they start at something before green.
No. They're
Light
seeds.
green?
What? So
They're
spring is
seeds
just
before-
green, then summer is also green. Well, that's crap. You can't have that.
He's like, I'm mad at the seasons. How dare you? Give me some.
It's not the
Difference
seasons. I'm mad
here.
at your hair. That's making me enraged.
Well,
Like
I'll
you're the
figure it
people
out.
that are supposed to have thought about this. I'm trying to make it up on the spot.
I just do hair color however I please. I don't think about weather or seasons or whatnot.
Blue.
Actually,
Spring is blue, and you're like, this is my Californian stage. Just go around like
my
shouting
woke
at people.
period.
Yeah, set fire to the odd car.
Oh my
It's like,
gosh. When we were at the con last year and her hair was blue and someone said, I like your hair. And she's like, oh my gosh, what if she was like a weird, crazy liberal?
she's one of us.
She thinks I'm one of them.
I'm LARPing as a What?
I'm
Big woke
blending
woman.
in. You're like a secret agent.
Welcome in. Glad you could catch us live. And sorry in advance for anything silly that
You
might
are
happen.
a great
You sound
saleswoman, Wicked.
Canadian. You sound so Canadian. I'm sorry in advance for offending you.
Just Bruce British,
So
okay?
I'm
The
gonna
Americans
give
can't handle
you
it sometimes.
the best sales. Buyer's remorse in the world. You're gonna watch this stream and think, "What am I doing with my life?"
Well, he said
That's what we like
live.
to do.
He didn't say he never watched it. Just that this
Oh
is
my
the first
God.
live.
Did you watch our stream last week, Wicked?
Most like I didn't catch
It
all
got
of it.
me-
I'm gonna finish it though.
It got me when you said that the afterwards. You didn't know what the time was, and we got like 4 hours in. You're like, "Oh, I just noticed."
Yup. I wasn't keeping track of time. Because like usually we do keep on time. You know, I'd say Wicked is the
That's because of Wicked, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Someone who's pretty
keep my
good at
eyes
it.
on it to keep it.
And we just talk about what? To be honest, I don't even remember.
No,
Well, that
I know we
happens
got to the
when
end and you
alcohol
went.
is involved.
No, we got to the end, and I think actually, I vaguely remember going, "We ate 2 topics, so it's 2 topics in 4 hours."
I mean, that's good for us. Like if we hit one topic like an hour and a half in, that's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know, Dan. Has there been have you done any live streams?
No, there was a live stream, the Q&A panel with the Italian scientists, the one doing the Coffre Pyramid project. That you might have heard me ask a couple questions, but we haven't done anything for Forbidden Frontier because we've just been busy. Like they've stacked the like lectures like one after the other, and I didn't want to miss one. I'm missing one even right now, but I didn't want to miss Saucy.
No. Well, if you have to
This
hop
is her
out
one
early
time
to
to get
catch
pissed.
something, yeah, go for it.
She's like, "I can top up for an hour before I have to go."
Yeah, I mean, I plan on it. There is bullet bourbon
Just
in this.
staggering back in.
What is that? Oh, it's a Dr. Pepper. Okay. I was like,
Dr.
what is
Pepper
that?
Zero, the blackberry one. It tastes so good with
Oh.
like whiskey or bourbon.
I was gonna say 0 sugar, lots of whiskey. That was
Yeah,
the key there.
it's the way I like it.
Okay, let me get a couple of these super chats and then we'll start. Mongoose, thank you for gifting a membership. Black Cane has been a member for 6 months. The problem with Scotland is that it's full of Scots based long shanks. Good job on Craig's casting couch. Congrats on the new reborn baby X-ray.
It's a great thing about Scotland.
The reborn baby.
When you walk down a Scottish street, you don't know if the guy lying by the side of the road is homeless or just pissed.
There was actually a couple. Hold on, I gotta scroll up. They didn't go into the stars.
Wait,
I got them.
Can I tell you what this baby thing is? Like,
I seen you and Garrett tweeting, and I was like, "This is terrifying. Like, is there more?"
Okay. Can I
think I'm the only person who's like, no, that makes complete sense. That is exactly where I thought we'd be going.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes complete sense, but at the same time, it's just so weird to see it in person.
I don't think it is. I think it was inevitable.
Okay,
this is like asking a man not to jerk off. That is essentially the other side of the metaphor. You are talking about a woman's primary instinct.
Okay,
are they all fat?
No, actually, there's some like it's weird. So I've seen all walks of life. You know, we got Black people, we got white people. I've seen one Asian. I thought we were scot-free, but there's always one.
There's always
young people, old people, children, men, non-gay men. Like, it's very strange. So this is Ashton Forbes.
It would be less weird for a straight man than a gay man.
It'd be less weird for a kid seeing like a little girl walking around with a doll. Okay.
Like for a gay man, this isn't their area at all.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Whereas a straight man, it'd be like, well, I did want kids.
Okay, this is just, you know,
ethnic. What?
Baby dolls. I saw one that was green, one that was blue. Like, it's really weird.
This guys are creeping me out.
Yep, there's just people walking around with their babies in like strollers, wags.
They've organized them by shade.
That's what I'm saying.
It gets lighter as you pan
The
upwards.
one sign.
Yeah.
I saw the one that Garrett
so
shared. Was it
weird.
like a Avatar one? That's what it looked like from the
Yeah, it was like
Avatar
a
movie.
blue thing.
Well,
Yeah, blue baby. I was like,
Let me
what?
find it for you. I think he tweeted yesterday. He tweets a lot, so we'll see if I can
And
find
also,
it.
mate, I got your super chats now. I have to star them. It didn't star them before the stream started. There we go. I got them.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it didn't because I remember seeing them right before we started, and then I didn't see them in the like super chat section here.
Okay, so
got 'em
this
now.
is some weird blue avatar baby. Thank you, Garrett, for posting this.
Yeah, I don't understand. What's
And-
next to it as well? What is it putting
Did
its
one look
hand
like
on?
Ryan?
Dragon?
Is that what it is?
I think it's a dragon.
Oh, it's-
It's just so weird.
yeah.
Anyways,
You know what it reminds me of? I in like Game of Thrones when they went up north in the trees and stuff, there was like weird little baby people up there. It looked like one of them, from what I remember. My
Yeah.
long time ago watching Game of Thrones.
I think that, I understand there's some people who have a need to have this as a crutch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people with crutches here.
Well, yeah, it will grow every single year as feminism runs its course. Like, this is never... Like, you end up to a certain age, you can't have kids anymore, but you still have all of the desires to have kids. And so this is as close as you're going to get. You're essentially replacing the instinct with something that tries to trick your brain into thinking you're doing something about it. People do this all the time in lots of different ways.
Is there a lot of scooters? Like
Mhm.
the like the people at the theme
I
parks
only
in Florida?
saw
Just scooters.
I
and
only saw one
basketball.
person in a wheelchair with a baby.
Oh, okay.
No scooters. So, and like there was one couple. They were like hot, objectively hot, young. They were talking about working out, and I'm like, but the baby, what? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
Why don't
you
you
will
make a
also-
real one?
But you will also have the other side of the scale of the people who are coming into feminism going, well, no, actually, because we want careers and we want to go out, we don't want to be saddled with it. And so, again, they can essentially replace the instinct with a fake version of it that satisfies it to a degree. And so they feel as if they're doing something. Well, actually, they don't have to take on any of the responsibilities that come with being
Can we just go to animals? Just get an animal.
Yeah, just get a cat or a dog.
Well, no, to me, this is the thing. That to me is exactly the same. It is no more weird because you are, again, taking on a fake thing to replace the instinct. Like, if you are replacing it with a cat, that is just as unhealthy to me as this. That's what gets me with all these people. They will go to all these things, and everyone will go, oh my god, this is so sad, this is horrific, you can't do this. No one will turn around and go, yes, you should probably have a baby when you're 20. Probably get married really early on and have kids so you don't end up like this. No one goes around and actually starts judging the people and being like, well, you could improve your life so you don't end up like this. Everyone's like, no, I can't judge, but simultaneously, this is wrong. It's like, well, your attitude is leading to this. You're not turning around and going, well, actually, you could have avoided this at 20. Society will inevitably end up this way if that's the kind of attitudes.
I don't disagree. Let me get these super chats from Mate real quick because he sent them like an hour ago before we started. I don't know why it didn't start, but thank you, Mate, for the 5. Hey, Wicked, welcome back. We missed you, but not as much as X-Ray missed you. I believe you. It felt
Wait,
so
what?
weird.
I mean, like it's we were fine. Like I didn't miss you in the sense that I'm like, come back, Wicked. I need your help. It was just, we're chill.
I think it
We're
was
having
more,
fun.
oh my god, I've got to put with this brew for 4 hours.
Shh, it's not difficult, guys.
It's not
Oh my
that
God.
bad. Okay.
To be fair, she could have left at any time. She ended up at 4 hours.
Oh, sorry, my internet unplugged. Whoops, stream's over. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh, I had no
Fully
DC,
idea.
have you ever been that though? You're in a stream with somebody else and it's their stream and they DC and you're like, well, guess I just
You're
got to
just
start
standing there?
talking now. I can't control the screen or anything. I'm just going
I have
I'm
had
just
that happen
here.
before. That's happened before. They came back pretty fast. I'm just like, what's up, guys? Technical difficulties.
but
How's everyone doing in the chat? Like,
You don't know when they're coming back and you
Yeah.
can't end the stream. And so you're just like,
It's like,
You could
how
lock it
long
in,
do
guys.
do
We could be here
this?
for 12 hours.
Yeah, you could leave and just leave the stream
and
empty.
then you could. I mean, I probably would at a certain point because I'm guessing like they would message behind the scenes, like, okay, I'm having an issue. Just go, just hop out.
Just go.
Just
Just go away.
Run away.
Just leave them your chair. That's all they need.
Yeah, really.
Chair
mean,
stream.
A lot of people do like chair streams. Mate, for
That's
another
half of
5.
Twitch.
It is. I heard something about Blabs and Wicked on the casting couch last week. Is there a link to follow or something asking for a friend? Nope.
It was the king's couch.
Yes, it was the king of the couch, and I lost by 1 point.
Yeah, I'm
Quarter
hanging
black
out with
carrot.
the king actually. Right now.
I'm hanging out with the king. Yeah, he earned it. But you know what? There may have to be a rematch sometime because I gotta get that crown.
I think that you basically had that crown.
I had it 1 point, man, so close. And I knew the moment that it happened during the one game. I was like, I just let it slip. I lost, but it's okay. It was fun. It was a good time. Let's see. Okay, I'm caught up now. I don't know why I didn't do that. I hate when StreamYards doesn't like star all of them. And Chick74 for 199 says Megatron.
Megatron. I tried to do my best Megatron, and it just was not the same.
Yeah,
It
then you
didn't
did
hit
a
the same.
high-pitched Megatron.
Megatron. It was way higher than that.
Saw has been a member for 8 months. Thank you. Hi to the very beautiful Wicked and the sweetheart X-Ray Girl and the dashing Disparu. Went
Ooh.
golfing today and Sunday until Wednesday. It's going to be 90 plus. Ooh,
Wow,
stay
that's
hydrated
warm.
out there.
That
Very
is a
warm.
terrible score in golf. I'd just give up.
I feel like that'd be my score if I ever did
Yeah,
golf.
That's
Like,
not the kind of score you planned for. I'm gonna get a 90. Like, oh, really?
yeah,
Hi,
it's
Raider.
an A in Asian math, kind of.
An A, kinda. Duppy for 2. X-Ray Girl Blonde cultural appropriation.
No,
True.
it's to hide my gray hairs because I get them.
Were you just gonna do highlights or full blonde?
Well, I mean, just wherever the highlights are, because like she did
Oh, okay.
so many. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it looks so good though. It's cute. I like it. Probably looks really
it'll
good in
grow
the
out
sun.
nice. Hopefully, 6 months to like 9 months later, it'll still look good.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I'm sure it will. Andrew Thomas for 10. Happy summer Saturday to the most beautiful woman with glasses, Wicked, cute X-ray girl, and Marvel's biggest fan, Disparu. I'm getting Robin Hood
Ironheart's biggest
feels.
fan. I'm telling you.
I'm getting Robin Hood feels from your Ironheart reviews, Disparu. I forgot
Is that because I
already
kept
started.
including all the Robin Hood clips?
Possibly.
I kept finding more when he was like, "We're a culture of killers and killing, and it's a culture that I promoted." I'm like, okay, I'm glad you said it because I couldn't say that in a video.
I can't wait for you to be happy for the next 2 weeks, Disparu.
Oh yeah, there's even a bit where she kicks off because the security guards are watching her build the suit, and like, we're here to make sure she doesn't nick anything that isn't hers. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe you're accusing her of being a thief. And then there's another clip in another trailer of him going, so what's the job? He's like, thievery, breaking and entering, robbery.
For
Yeah.
reasons.
It seems that the security guards at your university just looked at you and recognized what you were immediately. That's what you were pissed off about.
Like, there's so many people out there in the world. Things like the Costco, when you leave Costco, you got to check that receipt. When you go to a change room and they give you a number and they expect you to bring the amount that's back. You know, not everyone looks like they're going to steal, but it's just a thing to prevent stealing.
There was a Twitch streamer, I can't remember which one of the three it was, that was saying there was nothing wrong with stealing Ethan's video because it's a lot like stealing from any company. They have enough money anyway. It doesn't matter if you steal from them. And I'm like, yeah, this is what's been pushed so much that now Hollywood believes it,
Oh my god!
and they're putting it in their TV shows.
No, you
as
don't
the
do
heroic
that.
thing to do.
Don't steal. Guess what? If you steal things from the grocery store, the price is driven up, and other people are paying for your product.
Yeah.
But they don't care about that because they're getting it for free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't care.
They don't care. But
Well-
the thing is, they think they're effing the corporation up. But if you're just effing everyone else up with those
Yeah, they
prices,
don't care about that. They don't care about other people.
Selfish
They just like to
turds.
pretend that they do. In all the reviews, the behind the scenes and stuff, they keep talking about how intelligent she is, how smart she is, how she's so resourceful because she can build anything out of anything. Whatever's lying around, whatever she's got is what she'll build from. It's like, yeah, as long as she's nicked it from somebody else. Like, as long as somebody else has put on work to build the thing and she can take it and pretend that she made it, she can make anything. It's, I think it's going to be an absolutely wild show. There was even Kugler said, you know, she's so smart, she can do anything with her life, but she just needs capital and she doesn't have it. So yeah, well, she could
Well, then
get a
go
job.
get a job,
I was like-
make the money you need to buy the product. Guess what? People do this all the time.
They're trying
Li-
to drill into Gen Z like not to work, and it's working because they don't want to work.
Well, I think it's because they've never worked. I don't
Well,
think Stephen
yeah.
Kruger's ever
I mean,
worked in
I
his
never
life.
worked once upon a time, but I still was like, I want money, so I'm gonna work.
Mhm.
Call me crazy, but
I think they just essentially got DEI'd into Hollywood, so they get paid $100,000 to write a script, and like, this is amazing. I'd never want to work.
Socialism.
Well, there's been a lot of streamers that essentially became streamers in school, so then they quit school and started immediately making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars a year straight away. So they've never actually done a job, and they're always the ones that come out with the idea of, well, why can't everyone just have money? A lot of your trust fund kids have the same thing. Well, why can't everyone just have a trust fund? They have no experience, and that's what Hollywood
not
is now.
everyone has what I have. What? I'm confused.
You know,
My daddy bought me a Porsche.
you have a trust fund for reasons, and then you need to impart your kids to want to make money. I have a lot of respect for Jackie Chan, who obviously is probably very, very rich.
Yes.
He's not giving it to his kids, I believe, right?
Oh, I
there's
think
a few
that's the.
people
I
like
think
that.
that's the other way around. There's also the boomer attitude of we should burn the world so that I can have my pension, and then my kids can just start from scratch.
They don't
Like,
care.
no,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a medium where you still get them to work for themselves and stuff,
And
but you
try
also
to
don't just
impart
be
that.
like, no, you just do what I did. It's amazing. It's like, no, you don't understand. The world was destroyed for you. You burnt the world so that you can have your life and your house and your pension. And
Oh
so,
yeah. Boomers ruined the housing market and everything.
Well,
so we're just struggling over
throughout-
here. The poor millennials.
throughout all of time, every generation wanted to improve the world and leave a better world for their children. And
Yeah.
then the boomers came along and went, nah, you're on your own. And I'm like,
You're on your
what?
We're selfish. We're even more selfish than Gen Z somehow.
Oh gosh. No, the heat's been taken off millennials and put onto Gen Z now. But I see certain things. I'm like, you know what? You guys deserve that. Okay. Like you're the ones eating Tide Pods and saying dumb crap on the internet. So not that millennials don't. We've
Licking
definitely
toilet
had our
seats.
Oh my god, I remember.
They did.
Oh, have
There
you
was a
seen-
whole
ew.
trend.
Ew, it was. Did you see? I saw a video of a girl, and now I don't even use these to dry my hands, like the air dryers in bathrooms, because they're
Toilet
gross.
seats.
Yeah, there was a video of a girl going under one and like making her cheeks blow up, like and recording herself. I'm like, oh, you got a bunch of poop
Ew.
particles in your mouth there, girly. Nasty.
Probably not the first time.
Ew. I don't even use those to dry my hands though. I hate
Why?
when I go into a bathroom and there's no like towels to dry your hands. I just walk out like this, fanning to dry, because I will not use the air ones. Hate that. Yeah, it says
Paper towel or nothing.
yeah, exactly. Jackie Chan has publicly stated that he will not be leaving his estimated 400 million fortune to his son, JC Chan. Instead, he intends to donate his entire wealth to charity. I get
What an
donating
arsehole.
some to charity, but like that, like really, like you worked so hard. Like
Don't donate it to charity. Don't pay some
Not all of
charity
it.
CEO's billion-dollar salary.
Ew.
My only thing is if he actually set up his kid and taught him the right things and helped build businesses, a business mindset or whatever it was, then I think that is an okay move. Because you're like, he's made enough. He's making enough. He's fine. He doesn't need the extra
Well,
assets.
There are plenty of ways to set up trusts and stuff where you will give the kid money if they achieve certain life goals. So whatever path you would like to guide them on. There was a guy over here called Duncan Bannatyne, and he had a plan where he was essentially going to pay the kids multiples of their salary. So if they were an engineer or something, he'd double their salary. But then if they went in for something that was lower paid but still gave back to people, so if they became like a nurse, then he'd treble their salary. And so he kind of set up various different pools for them. So it helps everybody, and they still have to work and do stuff and contribute.
Yeah, Jackie Chan's reasoning is a complete boomer answer. Disproves right. His reasoning says if he's capable, he'll earn his own money. If not, he'll waste mine. Throughout his legendary career, Chan has been deeply committed to philanthropy. So that mindset is stupid. You need to teach. You
okay,
need
yeah.
to teach your children how to handle money properly, how to invest, how to save. Because he leaving that money to his son, he could like make a lot of money using that. You know what I mean? If he uses it properly. So Jackie Chan, is his job as a parent to teach his kid how to properly handle money. Now, of course, you could do your best to teach your kids that, and they're not, they're still going to be dumb with money. But I mean, if your mindset is just like, oh, you just got to do it yourself, like, no, help them out. You don't have to help out with money like all the time, but I don't know. I grew up where we had to work. Like, I didn't get my first cell phone from my mom giving me money. I had to get a job, and then I got my first cell phone. So you just got to teach your kids the value of a dollar. That's it. Like, even if you're rich, make your kid get a job.
It's a
Make them give
double-edged
you
sword.
rent, something. Pay for the electric. I don't know.
It's a double-edged sword because I believe the figures with wealth are like 70% of all the wealth has gone by the second generation, like 95% has gone by the third, and it's all gone by the one afterwards. And yeah, if you have a kid and you dump $400 million on them, they're just going to crash and burn. So I do think there's a healthy middle ground, but if you just turn around and go, no, you get nothing, it's going to I'm going to waste it. That's what you giving it to Jack is you wasting it. That's also a big problem. I think that's worse than giving it to your kids. It just comes across as you don't care about them at all. It's a surface take, essentially.
I almost think my parents have done this to me before, where they're like my mom, when I got out of school, I paid her like rent. She was like, should she have done it? She's teaching me responsibility. She didn't need it, but at the same time, she ended up collecting all that money and then being like, "Look, this is all your rent. This is going towards your house."
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, I love that. Like,
maybe he's doing that. I don't know. Maybe he's lying. That could be a thing. I'm not saying it is.
Yeah.
But if it is,
I don't think that's a bad attitude. Yeah, if you bring them their entire life, you say, no, you get nothing from me. And then they just live their life, and then when you pop your clogs. Because also, I do think it's a bit weird if your kids know that they're going to inherit $400 million when you die.
Yeah, you might get some Menendez situation.
Well, if not, it's like, do you really want your kid to be looking forwards to it? And like, there should not be. No one should go, oh, my dad's dead.
You could also do
something.
something.
Like, that's not an attitude you'd want to instill.
You're right. But what you could do is you could also do something like in your will where they have to do something to earn it. You know what I mean? Like some kind of clause in the will, not that, okay, they're dead.
They don't even have to know. It could be like, if you ever get married and have kids, then you get $50 million. And as long as they don't know, because I do think otherwise you'd end up with them having fake marriages and popping out a baby that they don't even want and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it could be like a real life RPG where there's hidden achievements and you just get rewarded for them.
You only find out at the end. So,
oh my god, I got another $50 million.
This is like the greatest game of 4D chess then, Jackie Chan, if this is the case.
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, that I don't know. Maybe his son is a big douchebag or something. But like speaking as just being, that's your kid, so you should want to make sure they succeed. But like just Drew said, it's a very like boomer mindset where it's just like, no, I didn't have to do that. Like I had to work for mine, so you had to work for yours, which is okay. That part of the mindset's not bad. But like if you have the means, help your kid out, teach them how to save properly, invest. Make good decisions.
This isn't just him. This is the entire boomer thing. So, like I say, everyone used to like if you've got $400 million, who are you earning it for? You're not going to spend it. So if you're not leaving it to kids, why are you even working in the first place? Why are you earning money? It doesn't mean anything to you after 200 million. And they always used to build something for the next generation, so they inherited it and they built on it, and then the next one inherited and they built on it, and that's how you improve your lineage over time. And then we hit a point where the boomers were like, well, I can't take it with me, can I? I'm going to go on 24/7 cruises for the last 20 years of my life and just burn it all before I die. And it was an entirely inverted, the first generation in history to have this attitude. Out of all the sands of time, it's
living in excess.
Well, it's not even excess. It is literally that they were the first people to treat themselves as a solitary generation rather than a continuation through time. And that has continued since then, but they were the first people in the chain to break it.
Yeah. Okay, let me get a couple more super chats, and then we'll get into another topic. I just don't want to fall too far behind on the super chats. Thank you, guys. 16-bit mascot for 5. Hey, guys, always enjoy the show. Ahoy, Wicked, X-Ray, and Disbrew. Ahoy, chat. Cheers. Thank you, mascot. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Simple Mazza for $1.99. Ooh, Wicked is so pretty. Thank you.
Wicked.
Why does I don't understand why Maz's face just fits on everything. Like it doesn't even matter what you put. It
He's-
fits.
No idea.
Maz
Oh
and
my
Jones.
God.
Okay, maybe not that one. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. For $1.99.
I
It
think it's the
does-
hair on
it-
top.
Yeah.
No, it does fit. It just doesn't look anything like him.
He's like, it fits. It
Like
just
you'd
looks-
never recognize that was Marza, but it still fits as a person.
I think the face needs to be a tiny bit bigger on his.
Yeah. The forehead is so big, it just looks as if his face is too far down.
Yeah, just slide it up a little.
They're
No,
turning
but I
the
think
Xbox
that's where it's meant to be. I think
Xbox-
there is just a massive forehead.
They're turning the Xboxes into PCs. It took me a second to get that out. Like very simple sentence.
The Xbox has been a PC
Oh
for
my
generations, though.
A phone is basically a PC.
I mean, yeah, no.
Yeah, the consoles used to have different architecture and stuff in the CPUs, but now they're just using desktop parts. And that's
Does
been
look
for
like
a long time.
TV weatherman. You're right. He does. Donna Hall gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Donna. Okay, the Mazes are back. Maz's Grinder account for $1.99. Oi, Disparu, sup? He was not ready.
No, there's been all kinds of weird Mossa ones, but I was not expecting him to have a Grinder account in Australia. Like, what's he gonna find in his local vicinity anyway? Like a kangaroo? That's basically.
It's a cowboy picture too. Oh my gosh.
There is probably more kangaroos near Mossa than people.
Probably. And there's another one. Meek's Grinder account for $1.99 at Maz's Grinder account. Sup?
Look, they have found
Oh my
love.
Gosh. They
on the
found
stream.
love on the internet.
Oh, you'll have to let us know when you get married.
Yeah, please.
For about a year.
Yeah. Thrud has become a new member. I like your avatar picture, Thrud. Thank you for becoming a member. Cajun Corey for 5. What do you get when the sunrise bends over? The crack of dawn. This brew had to take a drink on that one.
No, I did like that one.
That's a
I
quality
just read
dad
it
joke.
early was the thing.
Oh. Andrew Matthews for £2. How do you pronounce her new name, Zoo?
I think she started saying shoe.
Shoe?
Shoe or
Think-
shoe.
Shue. Oh,
I'm never
fancy.
saying shoe. There
You
isn't an AY on the end of it.
You looking great today. Nice cook chair. I agree. I like her dress. I like the polka dot dress.
What's a cook chair mean?
I don't know.
A
Oh,
Okay.
he wrote cook because he probably can't say the real
cook,
word.
as in
The corner chair.
CUCK, yeah.
The
Oh
corner
my!
chair. It took her a minute.
The hotel, yeah, the chair which is in every hotel room that's always pointing at the bed.
Yep. Okay, I know what you're saying now. I thought you meant this chair I'm sitting on.
It was like Gary's chair on Gary when he was showing his hotel room. There was 2 of them pointed at the bed. It's like, oh, I've never seen. That's so you can hold their hand at the same time. You can have 2 cooks.
Everyone has emotional support.
It's like, yeah, it's like, look, you may be watching it, but at least you've got emotional support. Maybe they can find love in the chairs.
You never know.
Chair, maybe, I don't know.
Raider, thank you for the 79.31. Hope you're doing well, Raider. And Jim Watari for 20. I'm leaving my vast fortune to YouTubers a little bit at a time. Thank you, Jim.
On a cruise.
On a cruise. All right. Let's get into some of these topics here. Now, Disparu was very. I should have just shared your tweet, but you're here, so you could just talk about it. I agreed with your take on this. The Marvel Studios is reportedly considering developing. Let me zoom in. A new Jessica Jones project. Now, my take on this is the same as Disparu. With season 1 was great, but it was because of the villain.
Tennant, yeah.
Tennant, yeah.
No one's interested in this.
No one's interested. And the thing is, they can't even
Which she's
figure out
just
what they're
a sad,
doing.
miserable alcoholic. And it's like, that's
Yeah.
not a character that is interesting by itself. So
No.
in the first one, she was controlled by Tennant. And so you had the interplay, and so you had her miserable nature, where you're like, well, okay, so this is where it comes from. Now I
Yeah.
know the reasoning behind it.
Mhm.
But you're also trying to fight past the thing that made it do that. And so there was an interesting dynamic. And then when she got with, what was it, Cage? Someone Cage? in the second series,
Yeah,
I couldn't
or
watch
Luke
it. It was so
Cage.
boring.
I said no. I said Nick
I-
Cage.
I have
Nick
no
Cage.
interest in her relationships. It's like, oh, congratulations. There's two really strong people that can break a bed. That's not an interesting television.
Yeah.
Apparently there was a third series. I don't think I even knew that existed.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she went off
Listen.
with her mum or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Daredevil, who is, probably the most popular of the street level superheroes, if you want to even call it superheroes. He didn't make Nielsen's chart. Like,
I know they can't even figure out what they're doing with Daredevil, and they're gonna expand.
Did
a
you
good
see
idea.
Did you see what came out? There was something recently with one of the editors for Born Again. I've got that tweet as well.
Oh, here, pull it up.
Because this was people focused on the fact that she's like, well, we were told not to go and watch the original Daredevil, but we've seen that all before. That's not what I think's most interesting about the tweet, though.
Oh, sorry. Here.
Who's
that?
She says she's one of the editors.
Oh.
Stephanie Philo was told not to watch the Netflix show. The original take on it was to lean away from the Netflix show. We were told not to watch it because they didn't want to affect how we're editing it.
They didn't want it to actually be good.
But then she said, once we restructured everything, we thought we'd do a different take on it, so we dove back into the Netflix side. We were able to use temp music from that series to get to a darker vibe. None of this...
I guess she didn't...
She's an editor. So this isn't we refilmed it. This isn't we wrote a different script and filmed a different show. This is we took the original stuff and we edited it differently to be more like the Daredevil.
I guess she didn't like the feel of it.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk enough for X-Ray Girl to make dad jokes. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was like taking a cruise missile to the face.
I don't care about your thoughts, Steph, because it didn't help me like the show. So
yeah, no, it's they should have watched the original Daredevil. I mean, it's kind of weird that they do this all the time, these studios, like with Last of Us. They're like, oh, don't play the games. Why not? You are basing the series off of the game. Maybe they should play the games.
They never were.
But
like the original one wasn't meant to be anything like Netflix.
It should have been. It would have been way better. But I mean,
that's the thing they're just subverting it. They're taking it and making it a zombie, a shadow of what it was, and subverting it to what they want to inject in terms of their messaging, because they want something with an audience, and then
think of it this way:
whatever.
Do you think she's the target audience for a Daredevil series?
Not typically.
Yes. Well, I mean, clearly she wasn't.
It's who they
clearly she wasn't, because she'd never seen it for a start. So
yeah,
even if she was the target market, they didn't capture her in it. And this is the issue. Like, how would she be able to edit a TV show that I like? She has no idea what I like. She doesn't like the stuff that I like. She doesn't know. She can't even comprehend that. She has to go away and watch it, and then she's trying to imitate something that she doesn't like. So when I make a video, I can only make a video for me with stuff I find funny, because I have no other frame of reference for what's funny except what I find funny. And that's what you have with this. You have her watching a different show, trying to imitate somebody else's work for an audience she can't comprehend or understand because she's not it. And I just think they completely hire the wrong people. She'd probably be great at editing a rom-com. That's probably right up her alley. And the original take was She-Hulk. They were going to make a Daredevil version of She-Hulk. So she would be perfect for that. But I don't think they realized once you restructure the people. I was really disappointed when that got cancelled.
I know.
I think that something we don't see often, and I understand in a sense that you want to get your next job, is that people need to realize, like, I'm not made to do this. Like, if someone hired me to be a structural engineer, no, I'm not qualified. Maybe we need to have more of that. But
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, but not to them, for whatever reason. But it's getting to the point where they're going to start doing things like make a biography on like say like a famous singer that has passed, and they're like, don't watch any of their concerts. Just go with the writing. Like that wouldn't make sense because if you're doing, you know, like a biography on somebody, but I never understood telling them not to watch source material. Like compare it. Even if like, okay, we don't want you to make this exactly like the Daredevil show, which it would have been better if it was like that Daredevil show because that show did fantastic.
Well, they tried. Like what you got was their attempt to imitate.
We got the Disney attempt to make a good show.
Well, they were trying to imitate the original Daredevil series. They just don't get it because it's not that it's not their content. It's not what they like. They have no frame of reference for it except watching something and trying to make a poor imitation. It would be like if I listened to a load of rap or R&B music and then tried to make it. But I don't like it, so I wouldn't know if it was good even if I did make it.
I actually think that I want to hear Disparate rap now. Even
I
if
would
it's
love
bad.
a Dispa rap coming soon.
There's no point in rapping if you can't drop N-bombs. That's what we've all found out. It's like that you have to be able to.
Maybe Epic
I
Verse
mean,
will take
It's
you
the
on.
one advantage of it.
Will Smith had a rap career once.
The
If
only
he
thing
can, you can too.
The only thing I know is I've got chicken grease in my soul.
That man. Speaking of Will Smith, man, I've seen like people talking about it. They're like, Unk has lost his mind, like because what didn't he do like a OnlyFans collab or something? I don't know if it was like an AI thing, but I think he did a collab
it was
with
an
some.
AI thing.
Was it? Okay, I saw
I
someone
actually
share that, and I was like, this has to be AI. If it's not, then what?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I did used to own his Born to Rain album back in the day. That's got some great songs in it. But Will Smith's rap has never been what most people associate with rap, which is like
It's
the
not like-
gangster rap kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
it's not gangster rap. It's more of like a
No, he did rap about like his mom and his childhood friends and what he's learned growing up and stuff. It was entirely different.
I would say
genre
it's
stuff.
definitely more like a feel good vibe, you know.
Yeah,
and
like
like
getting
just like
jiggy
dance.
with it is just about dancing, essentially.
I never thought I would hear this Bruce say jiggy.
Yeah.
I like the Miami song. Well, Wicked and I sang that in the car.
We did. We were
Well,
jamming out to that. Like
I
we
don't
should
know
go to
whether you-
Miami.
I don't know whether you've ever heard Mr. T's song about Respect Your Mama, but that is awful. But Will Smith's song about Mama Knows, is actually decent because you can listen to the lyrics and it actually says something that makes sense. It's actually a good message. And there's a great story about him and his friend named Chuck. And it was like how she warned him about Chuck, and then the guy cheated on his girlfriend. And he's like, actually, no, she was right all along, and I should just listen to her. And as I've got older, I realized that what she told me was correct. Like he would put like life lessons and stuff in his song, and his Men in Black song was just good. It was just a good song.
I like the Wild Wild West song. Yeah, and Mike makes a good point here. He was huge in the 90s, and people don't remember how big of a deal he was. That was
was
what
everywhere.
I thought of when all this
Fresh
happened with
Prince
his
of
wife.
Bel-Air.
It's like he was always just like a cool guy. He got all the cool roles. I loved a lot of his movies in the 90s. He was big, and then it's just like
he was
it was
actually a star.
yeah, it was tragic what happened because of his wife and him turning into, you know, what
The
he is
biggest
now.
cuck.
Captain
Yes.
Cookman.
Yeah, like
well,
he's
that's
the biggest one in Hollywood, probably. Because if you think of like, if you say to someone like, who is the biggest one in Hollywood, it's going to be Will Smith because it's been years and she just, ugh.
With the Oscars slap, no one really got angry with him because he was generally well liked. And then the more it made people look into the relationship because I didn't know. And then you just came across with, oh, that's actually really quite sad. It's like nobody was calling for any like punishment to him or anything. It's like, oh, that's actually her fault, and that's very rare. To people not to blame the bloke and to go, no, we understand. I actually
That
think
Red Table podcast is horrid.
I couldn't watch it. I've seen clips and I know that one like picture of him like went viral as a meme, but I'm like, I can't even watch it. It's gonna hurt to watch it. Not that I'm like the hugest Will Smith fan or anything, but just to see people become so broken like that and for like entertainment,
it's just abuse. It is
just
abuse in a podcast. It is, I cheated on you, but it's your fault. The stream, and it's
I'm
just
still
her
in love with the
gaslighting
guy
him.
who's dead, essentially.
Well, I think there was more going on than just that guy as well.
Heck of a lot.
But I actually think that this latest song is essentially
I Like Girls song or something. What is it
think-
called?
I
like
think-
pretty girls.
no. He likes girls, and then he said there's actually a line. It goes, "All girls are pretty girls," and I think that's meant to be a threat to his wife. That I find them all attractive. I'll get with all of them, and I don't think he realizes that's not how it works, mate. Like you care
he
that
should've-
you care that she's getting with other people. She doesn't care at all that you're getting with other people. You have that power does not work both ways. It only works from her to you. And
The
I think
fact that
I think she holds it over him that if you piss me off, I'm going to go with someone else, and that's what he's trying to do, and it doesn't work.
the
She
fact that
doesn't
Jada
care.
hooked up with like one of her son's friends, ugh, it's like MILF Manor. Ugh.
It's disgusting. And so the thing is, I've heard a lot of talk about this, people that like know behind the scenes stuff and just like gossip, whatever, that he was kind of in a relationship with Margot Robbie. They did the movie, not just the Suicide Squad.
There's
I forgot the other
photos,
one.
you can tell.
Those photos from the photo booth where she's like got her shirt up
Uh-huh.
and they're very tight. So
Mhm.
people are word on the street is that Jada didn't care that he was
Yeah,
like hooking up with
obviously.
people, but she cared about that because it was like, oh, it's a pretty little white girl. Don't disrespect me like that. Like that's I don't know if that's true,
No, I
but that's
think
what
what
people
it
were
was.
saying.
It's not. It's you found an upgrade. That's what it
That
is.
too. I mean, she
And
definitely is an
it
upgrade
is,
from Jada. Come on.
This is someone who's better than me in
felt
every way.
threatened.
She's got higher social status. She's more attractive. She's more successful. And so that would be an upgrade for you, and you might actually leave me. And I think that's what she doesn't want.
Yeah.
Because it would damage
Also,
her reputation, social state, because she's nothing without him.
they
We
could have
would have
became
heard of her without him.
yeah, and see, and they could have became a power couple. Could you imagine if he would have left Jada and him and Margot Robbie would have actually ended up together? They would have been like a Hollywood power couple, like because he's always been liked. Besides the stuff that happened, and this like everything that happened, it came out after like he did that movie with her. So if he would have actually left Jada to go with Margot, that
He
Yeah.
should have done it after the Oscars. That would have been the perfect time. Because remember, before that time, they were pitched as the perfect couple in Hollywood. They were the perfect family. They pitched themselves as the perfect family. And I can understand why, if that's the image you've put out, you wouldn't want to get a divorce because it would ruin that. But after the Oscars, when he had people on his side, he'd be like, no, we're getting a divorce. He could have dropped everything and moved on.
after her
Mhm.
book came out too, like yeah, that's insane. I honestly forget like that they didn't break up. Like I thought that they were
Yeah,
done when he
even
released
better.
that move or that video. I don't know.
It's very strange. I could understand it, even if they kind of, if they technically split up and lived in separate houses but stayed married for the cameras. I could understand that as long as they were trying to pitch that we're the perfect family. That image is long gone. There is no point in staying together for that now.
And
No.
now Will Smith is like brand damaged.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He is.
Jada's still floundering, probably. I don't think she did much after her book. I don't even know if she's still podcasting. Who knows?
I have no idea. I don't
Well,
keep
I
up
think
with
that
it.
podcast wasn't it on Amazon or something, or Spotify. Like, it was a paid for podcast, so it didn't need to be successful because she got the contract for it. She just needed to produce the episodes.
Oh my God. It's basically like Meghan Markle.
And as if she would care anyway, because any divorce should get half. She's set up for life no matter what happens. So she doesn't even
Yeah.
need a future career.
All right. Well, here we go. A palate cleanse for the chat since we just talked about Jada Smith for 5 minutes. What do you guys think of this? This page is so funny. Always does like hear me out when he wants castings. Sydney Sweeney as Cammy in Street Fighter. What do you think?
That's not actually Sydney Sweeney.
It's
though, is
AI.
it?
No, it's an
It's
AI
Oh, okay.
picture.
'Cause I was
Yeah.
like her boobs look like that. And neither do her shoulders.
And they made her look more like a bit more muscular, I think.
Well,
'cause
one thing
Apparently
you'll
she's
find-
muscular right now.
Well, yeah, she's doing the boxing film, right? She's filming that, so
One of the interesting things with AI is it gives all women fake boobs just because that's what it was trained on. Because most of the images that will exist on the internet with women with the knockers out are all fake anyway. So now AI
They
can't
want- yeah.
understand the difference. And you get that with everything. I think we'll get AI with like more Instagram face and stuff, just because that's what it'll get trained on.
mhm.
I wanted to see so in 28 years later there's like this funny moment, spoilers, sorry, where it's like someone from regular world meets with someone who's kind of grown up in this quarantine world, and he shows a picture of his girlfriend, and the kid just doesn't understand. They're like,
The kid
"What's
was
wrong with
absolutely
her?"
right, though. Every comment that kid said is what the audience was thinking.
It's like, "Oh, there's something wrong with her. Oh, what's on her face? What happened? Like, she had like filler in her lips. It's like, it looks like she ate like scallops and was allergic to it." I wish the boobs were part of it in that conversation. No.
The thing is with all those castings, though, it's like, yeah, you're casting her based off, she'd be willing to show her body in this movie, but no one in Hollywood would put her in that outfit. They would put her in something that would cover up. You saw what it was like in Madam Web. I could not recognize who Sydney Sweeney was in Madam Web.
That's true.
She didn't look like herself.
No, and why are
How do
you
you hide
casting?
those boobs?
Why are you casting someone from Euphoria if it's not to get their kit off?
I mean,
what's the point?
Especially at the time, that was like she was filming that, I think, at like the same time. So Euphoria was really hot at that moment. Speaking of Madam Web, that was a nice segue. You didn't even know, Disprue. Thanks. Dakota Johnson says Hollywood is a bit of a mess right now. It's hard when creative decisions are made by people who don't even really watch movies or know anything about them, and that tends to be what's occurring a lot. When something does well, studios want to keep that going, so they remake the same things, but humans don't want that. They want fresh, they want to feel new things, experience new things, see new things. So I don't know. I guess it's just a bit of a mess right now, isn't it? And she did an article. There's an article here on that. I agree with it. I love how she's just like coming out basically like, yeah, the movie was crap, but I was already in it, so I had to do it.
My issue with this is the studio does something similar with this. There's the very first episode is a line about how the money men are destroying things, and if only they let the creatives make something, then it would fix it. The problem is even in the studio, the creative storyline is awful. It would be an awful movie. And I think you have the thing with this. It's not just money men versus creatives. The creatives that are there don't know anything about movies either. Just because they like movies doesn't mean they know how to make them. You saw just with Daredevil editor. She shouldn't be editing Daredevil. And these people shouldn't be making movies apart from rom-coms.
Who should be editing Daredevil? Some nerd that was like that's into all of that. Some dude that likes superhero movies and shows.
If the original people are still around, get them back. Like, I don't care what you have to pay them. Like, this is what you need to be doing.
Do you want your show to succeed or not? That's the weirdest thing, especially and Disney's number one with that. It's like they have the money to get good people in here, to give us good content, to have the creatives in there writing good stuff, but they choose not to. The suits want to be in charge too much instead of letting the creators come in, like the actual creative minds come in and make something amazing. They want to tell them what to do, so everything gets watered down, or like, oh, this scene that's too much. It's going to make this side of the pond mad, this side, and they just get too involved. And then they end up just hiring people they can control.
Rings of Power. Do you want to get Peter Jackson back? No.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't want to. I know. Why?
His ideas are all desperate.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
like, oh, he made these movies and people like them. Do you want him back? No. It's so weird to me.
Oh, he's a white toxic male.
Like,
he knows nothing.
games do this. Games do the same thing. They'll make a successful game, and then they'll use an entirely separate team for the second game. Like, why? Like, you get as many of those people back to keep it as similar as possible is what you should be doing.
Yeah. I wonder, because I'm sure Dakota has seen a lot of behind the scenes, but like, obviously Madam Web was that breaking period for her, because even herself, like, she had no idea what to expect from Madam Web. The fact that she got a job and she went through with it and the movie bombed, and that's when she really became more vocal about, remakes, all these creative people suck, and here we are. Why isn't Hollywood doing well? Well, I literally went through that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she grew up in Hollywood too, because her mom was Melanie Griffith. So she's probably, I don't know how much she's seen behind the scenes as a kid, but I'm sure she had been on set and, knew people. So she's been around for a bit in the Hollywood area. So
her story with Madam Web isn't just that because there was two parts to it. So she thought she was taking part in a Marvel movie for start.
But, I get it. Normies wouldn't understand the difference.
Yeah, but even when she signed on for the movie, she's spoken multiple times and said what she agreed to in the initial pitch isn't the movie that was made. It kept being changed as it went along, which is something we talked about, that, you know, they don't have a script and they kind of figure their way out through it as it happens. And so the movie that she was pitching in the interviews isn't the one she ever wanted to make.
Yeah, sorry. Don Johnson was her dad as well. So she had 2 celebrity parents. But yeah, you're right. It's, I don't know. But I think she did hit it spot on. People they want to feel new things. They don't want to see the same thing over and over again. And the worst part about these remakes and reboots is that you're getting new people to do it to make it more modern. And that's not the reason people liked these films and these TV shows in the first place. So you're going to take it and take out everything that people loved about these franchises, and they're going to fail. So it's just all around creatively bankrupt is what Hollywood is. And
It's like, what do people remember about Fantastic Four? Jessica Alba. What have you got in this one?
It's true.
Pedro Pascal. It's like, look, him getting his kit off may attract a few people in California who call him daddy. But apart from that, you're going to need some eye candy.
I think we should call Pedro what he is. He's a bimbo, okay? He's a man bimbo. Himbo, I guess is the term.
Yeah.
It's like this. This one, The Materialists. This is what they mean when you know, Hollywood can make 2 movies, because it is essentially what would happen if 2 gay men went after Dakota Johnson.
That movie is weird, man. I don't even know what it's about. I've just seen like the press pictures.
No, the
and
marketing
I'm
is so strange on that.
Yeah. Have you seen the one where she's making them kiss in front of her? Chris Evans
probably.
And Pedro. Yeah,
probably. But I probably deleted that.
They're supposed to be after her, and she's got both their heads, and she's pushing them together.
Dommy mommy.
I mean,
but not in a sexy way. I don't know.
No, it defeats the object of a rom-com.
I heard
they're both fighting over me, but really they want each other. It's so
I heard
bizarre.
some spoilers about that, and it's not a real love triangle.
I found there.
What do you got?
I'm gonna share the picture, and you'll see what I mean. Like, is this rom-com vibes?
No.
Just admit you're both gay. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's, and the thing is, it looks like she's holding it, but if you look at her face, she even looks like I have no idea what is happening with them.
Why are you making me do this?
It's like the photographer was like, "Now kiss." Like, I don't, you know what I mean?
And they're like, hold me back. No, hold me back. No, I don't want to hold me back. It's like, oh, come on. And she just looks like the third wheel, as if she's at a bar, and the 2 people she's gone to the bar with start getting off with each other. She's like, I don't know why I'm here.
Good question, JB. Good question. Now, I will say Chris Evans kind of looks like he's giggling about it, but Pedro Pascal looks like he's looking at his lips like, I'm ready for this if we're doing this.
Chris Evans' voice, I don't know whether it's always been like this. It's changed. If you listen to any of the Materialist stuff,
he used to be Captain America.
Doesn't speak
said it with his chest. He does not use his chest anymore.
He speaks more like Pedro.
Oh no!
You know the lisp.
No, the lisp gives it all away.
They've been.
I mean, he's married.
Out
I just
hanging out.
I don't think that means anything.
It could just be hanging around with Hollywood and picking up sort of body language. I don't know.
Okay,
Very
Mike.
weird,
Guys, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I promise.
Yeah, that is very. That's like walking into a store and going, "I'm not going to nick anything. It's fine. You can calm down." If you walk into a room and go, "Look, I'm not taking any of you home." Like, wait, no one even asked, Mike.
I didn't steal any of the Doritos in the front. I don't know. I just remember there always used to be like, at least when I was young, there used to be little like Doritos in the front. And kids would always try to like steal them and get in trouble. My cousin got caught once, and I was like, retard. It's like 50 cents. I got 50 cents.
Mike's probably just using the excuse because he won't push back.
Well, Mike apparently has a certain account that I'm not going to talk about. I mean, the chat said.
Oh no, is it the same as Moza?
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Moza and Mike have certain accounts.
Oh yeah, they met.
The chat says it. Yeah, and they're
did the account start dating or something?
I think
Hopefully.
so. We might. There
Don't
may
you
be
want
a
mini
real
Mozas running around.
a real love story forming here on.
They could set up their
Saucy.
own little colony in Australia of just like mini Mozas.
What would their like ship name be? Mike Hoza?
We have proof.
Mike Goza. That sounds like an illness.
Mosaic? Mosaic?
Or no, that sounds like a pill that you need to take for something.
or Epic Maza?
Yeah.
Epic Za? I don't know.
Chat verified. Meek is in love with Mr. Porkchop. Really? What?
No, that would be the perfect thing about their kind of rom-com name, though, because it would
Sounds like a
it would
cheese.
still be Mozza. Like, it wouldn't change. They were made for each other.
Mixa!
Oh, that's cute.
Mixa. It would
Misa
be
and
Mixie.
Mixie.
Mixa.
Still
Chat
think it'd
still
just
loves
be
you,
Mozza.
Mike. Don't worry.
But not as
Ma-
much as you
Oh
love
my
Mozza.
god. Maza's face with Mike's hair.
It's gonna happen now. Wait for it. Let's see if it happens before Saucy's over. This was like, I love it. We need more Mike hair. He's like, give me 10 pictures.
No, specifically the what is it? I keep thinking of Crunchy the Clown, but it's not that.
Krusty the Clown?
No, but it's his
Never heard of
sidekick,
Crunchy.
Sideshow Bob.
Crunchy.
Mike's Sideshow
Oh.
Bob hair. Have you seen Mike's Sideshow Bob hair?
Probably.
Oh, where?
I
Where do
will
see
find the
this?
stream.
This
I will
brew-
find.
Of course.
I
I
will
will
find
find the
it.
stream.
And I will show you.
While he's looking, I'm gonna grab a couple super chats. Gary Thomas for 5. Disparu, if you want a good revenge K-drama, I suggest The Glory starring Sung Hee Kao. Did I say that right?
Hi, Kyo.
The
Hi,
Glory.
Kyo.
Which
Hi,
what
Kyo.
is that? I've been watching recently Mercy for No One. Like if the Koreans did John Wick.
How is it? Is it very dramatic?
It's good. Obviously because it's TV series, it's not just John Wick, and they don't really shoot each other. It's more sort of fighting, but it does have a lot of the scenes of this one guy walks into a room really calmly, and 50 people charge him, and he just beats the crap out of them all.
Well,
I
yeah,
need to
'cause
find a good angle for his hair.
he's got it. He found it.
I can't wait
Please
to
hold
see this.
chat.
I can't wait to see this. Yeah. I mean, I like a lot of K dramas and K shows. I just wish I had time to watch all of them. I have to be in the right mind to watch it too because the subtitles. Like,
No, you watch it dubbed.
I just
no,
find it. I just watched I think it might have been on
it's
Max.
so
Let's
weird
see
to
if I-
watch their mouth not move with their like sound.
I know it's like I'll avenge my brother. But, like 5 minutes later, they're like, wait, what? Hold on. My brain is not. This is not connecting for me.
My brain does not compute that at all, and it really throws me off. I'd rather read. 100%. Rather.
I would
Yeah.
never rather read.
He's like, I don't have time for that.
Well, also, Disper, you watch
No, I
things
want-
at
I
like
want the
2
voice
times.
acting. That's also I can't
Can't read as fast as you listen.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come
Oh,
to
am
me.
I
I'm trying-
delayed?
You're a little bit, but it's hotel internet. It's not like
you
it's
won't
not
be
that
able
bad.
to fix it.
Yeah,
No.
but it's not that bad.
Dang it.
I just watched an anime movie and I can't remember. I don't remember where I watched it, so that also doesn't help. I'll get it to you guys later. It'll come back to me. Gary Thomas for another 5. Thank you. Fun fact, Sung Hee-Gao. How do I say that again? I already forgot.
I think it's he Kyo.
Hikyo. Okay. Used to be married to Sung Jong Ki Vincenzo, but then he divorced her and got himself a good old English lass.
Vincenzo is awesome.
Jason Webster for an Australian 10. Thank you, Jason. Greatest Asian women in history. I'm not gonna be able to say
Oh.
any of these names.
Let me do it.
Go.
Hua Mulan, Princess Ping Yang, Liang Hongyu, Wu Zetian, Empress Qi, Tomoe, Gozen, Hangaku Gozen, Onamehime.
I
Sorry.
thought you were going to say onomatopoeia then. I was like, what?
Empress Suiko and Extra. Wow.
I could have said that. That one and Mulan were the only ones I would have been able to get. Iris has been a member for 4 months. Thank you. On Disparu's recommendation, our 80th K-drama was My Name, darn near perfect, especially Han So-hee. Thanks, Saucy team.
Damn.
Yeah, and My Name, it's basically just a better version of Ballerina.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what
Because- unlike Ballerina, where it was kind of like, and people are like, no, she's not a girl boss. It's like you haven't seen a story where a woman isn't a girl boss. you've lived in feminism for 150 years. Whereas
Yeah.
in that, there is an entire scene where guys just gang up on her because you're essentially putting a woman into a male environment of horrible people. And then you're like, oh, I'm sure they'll all just be nice guys. They'll all be gentlemen. It's like, no. And she utterly destroys them and only is saved by another bloke. And he's like, I will teach you a lesson now. And he teaches her how to survive in that world. And then, yes, even then it does go on to, she's trained and then she's super powerful. And yes, she wouldn't be able to do it either. But it's still more believable than Ballerina, where it goes, you just need to fight like a woman. And then she proceeds to fight like a man for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
I found
I
it.
don't like girl bosses.
No, not yeah.
Are there
Uh,
any girl bosses out there that are actually good movies or TV shows? Just trying to think, and I'm having a hard time.
The
So-
only ones that ever end up being good are the ones where they essentially give them super strength or magic powers or some kind
Like
of
Buffy.
reason. Like Buffy, yeah. Like
Oh,
Buffy
yeah.
isn't a girl boss because she's magic.
But
So-
she's still flawed, and her friends help her a lot too.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, that-
exactly.
It depends how you define girl boss. Well, a lot of it is like, well, if you can just fight a man, you are a girl boss because it's just not physically possible.
Mhm.
So you have to give them some kind of, you have to make some reason why that's even happening. And then it was even worse in
Yeah.
Buffy because they were vampires, so they were even stronger than the men.
Hmm.
Oh, Xena. Well, the thing is, a lot of these girl bosses are
She was
so
magic as well, wasn't she?
insufferable.
Once she like had god blood.
Yeah. We'll say old school girl bosses, like these are all things from like 90s and 80s. Those were done well. But now, like when you think of a girl boss movie, like when it gets advertised that way, we're like, it takes us out of it because we know.
Mhm.
But
Well-
the movie that I was trying, I just remembered it's called Pearl Mare, and it's by Studio Trigger, the same studio that did Cyberpunk. What?
I just saw the hair.
Yeah. And
Oh!
so now,
Oh my god.
Nice pause.
just to remind you of what Sideshow Bob looks like, I should probably have. Can I share the window? I'll share the window.
You're gonna do
That
it
is
side by
a
side.
little-
No,
Look.
this is. I can't do side by side. This is Sideshow Bob. Oh, Mike.
It
Sideshow
works.
Bob.
It works.
Mike. It's very
Yeah,
spiky.
You need to make it a bit more conical, but like that would take some brushing, but it's almost there. It's like
Yeah. Well,
You base-
this is just how he woke up. It just happened. It's like, well,
is it actually Epic Mike or is it Epic Sideshow?
The world may never know. They
You streamed it and left it public, so that's your fault.
you streamed it and left it public. That's on you,
The-
bro.
in that stream, I said in his chat, "You look like Sideshow Bob."
He's gonna get memed
Everyone
now, though.
keeps telling me that. It's like, okay.
He's gonna get memed now, though. Sorry, Mike.
Oopsie.
We love you.
Also your fault, Mike.
Epic sideshow. So this I just think is dumb, but I thought I brought it up. The chat's gonna yell at us for this probably. I'm not gonna put sound on. But AI mukbangs, I don't think it's gonna become a thing. We talked about this before the stream because people they enjoy the company of when they watch mukbangs. But look at how weird this is. Was it she
Yeah,
eating chicken?
it's like if you watch K-dramas, there's always a scene of them eating because to them it's like a cultural thing to eat together.
She eat the whole bone.
People eat the okay, so I think what I've heard some people do to deal with weight loss and maybe feel like they're eating yummy food is they'll watch mukbang.
Don't do that. That's awful.
It just makes
Like-
them feel like
No,
eating
that'll
it.
make
But,
them crave
like,
it.
If you see that, that's not going to satisfy your
Exactly, it'd
urge
make it
to
worse.
eat it. Well, I mean,
This
in
is like if
general,
you're bursting for the
probably,
toilet,
but-
don't run the tap. It's awful.
Hey, some people deal with things in different ways, and
Yeah, there's
I don't
a
agree with
correct
it.
way and an awful way.
And then there's a baby convention here, okay? So you just do what you can, but it doesn't feel real. It feels fake, and you want to feel like you're interacting with someone real. What's the point of doing the AI stuff when you're so taken out of it?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the worst it'll be. It will improve to a point where you won't know it's a person, like not a person eating the food. But yeah, the moment they find out it's not a person, it does defeat the object of mukbang. But that's just that one niche. So now AI ASMR videos have started off, and that destroys the entire genre because not only can it nail all of the exact sounds and repeat them, but now you can do things like, rather than soap cutting, you can cut a planet in half. And so you just have the most wild imagery to go alongside the sounds. And that's not required for a person, because it's just hands.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird. Like I think like I find some AI videos can be kind of funny, but stuff like that where you're trying like, no thank you. I don't watch
Like-
mukbangs anyways, but like
I said, I think it was an FNT, that YouTube is now adding the AI generation to shorts officially. And for a while now in the back end, there's been a tick this if this is AI generated content. And I thought they were going to do that because they might want to suppress it. They don't want the platform just overwhelmed with an infinite amount of AI generated content. Seems like no, they don't care. They are more than happy for AI to just replace.
as long as they're making money, they don't care.
Advertising money, that's all that matters.
I think it's a short-term victory, and everything just gets overwhelmed, and then people move on to something else. I don't think it'll last long-term, but I think it will drown out everything and just make it impossible for anyone else to even be found.
Yes. All right, let me get a couple more super chats here. John Thomas has been a member for 16 months. Thank you, John. Hail Wicked, got a cosplay idea for you. Grace O'Malley, Irish Pirate Queen. I actually already have some green pieces for a pirate costume and a red wig. So I had that idea. I think that would be a lot of fun. So, but thank you for that because I love Grace O'Malley. Hail X-Ray Girl. Oh, hi, Disparu. Personally, Robbie wouldn't want him. Oh, Margot Robbie with Will. I mean, maybe.
I think that as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, yeah, agree.
Not now, but maybe at the time. I don't know. But maybe she was just having fun because there was definitely something happening there.
Yeah, but there's a huge difference between having fun with someone when you're filming a movie for a couple of months and being with them for the rest of the time.
It's a fling, okay?
Yeah.
You can have flings.
But also, you can't respect Will Smith. Like, he's getting dominated by his wife. You can't respect that. And so no one would want to be with him for long. Exactly. You're just weak. And that she wouldn't be into that. Because she has her pick of people. So she doesn't need him. She's got other options.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's married now. So
there you go. She thought she could do better, and she did, apparently.
Yeah, I think she's been married for a bit. So yeah. Where are we? Another one here. Damajanai for 2. Hail Disparu, Sup Wicked, and X-Ray. Hi, Damajanai.
Hi.
Jason Webster for another Australian 5. Will Smith would really love shoe platter, slapping dance, folk dance that originated in Upper Bavaria, Germany. I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Sounds so fake.
It's
It's Schuhplattler.
Schuhplattler. Oh yeah, she said a little
think.
more German, huh?
Oh, I have seen that.
You're looking it up.
Yeah.
Lexicon Hellhound for 20. Where is the current new wave of talented filmmakers? In past times, there were waves of talent. Example is Stanley Kubrick in the 60s, Scorsese in the 70s, John Carpenter in the 80s, Quentin Tarantino in the 90s. Then what? It's fair.
This is the same for everything. Music, passion, everything's stalled. And I think it just comes down to the type of culture you have. So
it's not even the artists in each whatever respective thing. It's who filters and brings these artists to the front stage. This is why we're getting things like a lot of musicians creating their own YouTube channels and then becoming popular that way because they're gatekeepers literally out there. I only want to make you a star because you're hot or whatever.
It's worse than that. Like, it's the same in academia and everything else. It's well known that in men take risks, women are far more risk averse. And the higher the stressful situation you are, men take more risks, women take even less risks. And so you end up, if you're in like a more of a feminine culture, rather than taking big, massive risks and swings for the fences, they take what's already there and they add to it. And so you end up with something that's pretty much the same with slow variations over time. Whereas men would be like, I'm going to make something over here and over here and over here. And then one of those would hit big and then everybody would jump on it. That's how you ended up with big twists to, we're going to be from westerns to zombie movies to sci-fi, because somebody took a big risk and it hit, and everyone copied them. And so
Yeah.
all we're in slow, iterative culture, so everything feels as if it's the same all the time. Because otherwise, you get like a rom-com. It's like, well, how can we change that? Well, maybe just have 2 gay men in it instead. I said, oh, great, still a rom-com, isn't it?
That's so innovative. It's as bland as the beige in this room, okay?
So quirky, cute, and different.
I think this is why we've been in superhero movies for God knows how many years at this point. And they're trying as many different superhero things as they can to resurrect it.
Until it hits, it sticks on the wall.
Well, yeah, but they're only iterating on superheroes. It's not occurred to them, maybe we should do something else. It's not even being asked, you know? Like, oh no. We just have to do variations on superheroes.
Yes. Jim Watari for another 20. Tippi Hedren, the Birds, is Melanie Griffith's mother. So Dakota Johnson is 3rd generation Hollywood. I didn't even know that. I had no idea. I mean, I'm not surprised because a lot of stars, their parents started, and sometimes, like, I think if like the kids become bigger than their parents, you kind of forget. And especially like way back, like golden age of Hollywood, you kind of forget some of those like smaller actors that didn't like, that aren't like Marilyn or Audrey, that really stick out that everyone knows. Minor Zircon for 2. Epic Mike ran into Disbrew on Grindr.
I believe that it has locality settings, and he doesn't come to the UK. So I could only assume that he must have set his location over here. He's like, well, let's cruise into England. Maybe he likes the accent.
Jason Webster for another 5. Thank you. Script Doctor. Hollywood suffers from acute sequelitis. Take these scripts and call me in the morning.
What they can't even write sequels though. Like what was it? James Gunn was. We actually don't owe you a Batman 2. He doesn't owe you a product. The script will be ready when he's finished. Get off his nuts. And I'm like, sorry. A Batman movie isn't hard to write, to be honest. A script isn't hard to write. You could write one very quickly. That's how they can film one without a script.
That's like, actually... Oh, keep going.
Well, it's like if you're writing for months and months and months on something and you haven't finished it, you should probably just give it to someone else. You can't write a script in months. You don't have any ideas for it.
Because that's actually one of our topics, so perfect timing. We'll just pull this up.
This is the second time I've given you a segue without realizing.
I know, thank you. He's on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So James Gunn gives an update on DCU's Batman. Character is his biggest issue right now. Actively working with the writer to finish the script. Won't be a funny, campy Batman, so you're going for the darker version.
Superman
that's also
will be
been
a
done.
funny, campy Superman from all the marketing.
Seems that way. Thinks Wonder Woman has been easier to adapt because every single Batman story has been told across media, still called The Brave and the Bold. Now, this one right here, there has been quite a few different Batman stories told, but there are so many Batman stories, I don't think that every single one has been told.
No, that's not what he means. When he says across media, he's including comics.
Oh, across me. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
The thing is, not everyone reads comics.
Exactly. So take one that is lesser known and put it on the screen. I say the same thing about like smaller characters in comic books that people don't know. Like if you're not a comic book reader, you could take like a hero that no one's heard of and make a really cool show or movie with them, and that will introduce people to the character, and then maybe they'll go back and read the comics. But it's still something that's fresh and new instead of doing the same heroes over and over again.
People don't care about fresh and new.
I care about fresh and new.
No, you don't. It's like headlines, newspaper articles, YouTube titles. For a long time, way back in the day, in like the 60s or 70s, they said there's only 100 newspaper headlines. And they wrote them all down. And every headline was just a variation of those. Stories are the same. There's actually very few stories you can tell. Like the hero's journey. So many movies of the hero's journey. It's the same pissing story. You're just changing the peripheries of it, but the core values and like messaging of it is exactly the same. People want something that means something to them, that they identify with, that they relate to. They don't actually care if they've seen that story before, because nearly every movie you've seen before in just a different kind of window dressing. And that's what it is with this. But what pissed me off with it, James Gunn, I am irritated with people I am irritated by people. We're supposed to be getting a script in June. I hope it happens. But people need to get off Matt Reeves' nuts. Because it's like, let the guy write in the amount of time he needs. That's just the way it is. He doesn't owe you something just because he likes the movie. I'm irritated by people. I mean, it's a thing that people don't need to be entitled about.
Is it really being entitled, or just like trying to push, like, do you want people to be excited for your work or not? Do you want people to be like, okay, whatever, when it comes out, you want people, even if it's annoying, you want people to be pushy about it because it means that they're still interested. When they stop talking about it, it means they're not interested anymore.
The paying audience is entitled to a product.
And
Entitled
that too,
isn't
they're paying, yeah.
Entitled isn't a bad word. Privilege isn't a bad word. It's actually really good to be privileged and really good to be entitled if you are entitled to the thing. And it is not unreasonable to ask when a movie will be made when you've told them you're making a movie. You now owe them the movie because you told them it was coming.
Audiences are allowed to have opinions, especially if they have skin in the game. And that's the thing. If you take on a project with a fan base that's already there, guess what? They are entitled to their opinion to say, oh, this or that. I'm sure he would say the same thing about something he loved too. Why would you destroy it? Why hasn't it come out yet? What we see with George R.R. Martin. Why hasn't that book come out? It's been over a decade.
I get
I don't
the
think
feeling
it's ever coming out.
The only thing James Gunn would be concerned about is like, I get really looking forward to this coming out is his own material. He really just seems like a self-obsessed git.
Oh, yeah.
James Gunn cracked the Superman script because of crypto, guys, not because of Superman.
He wants his dog.
That's so weird. Yeah, I haven't fact-checked this. I just saw someone comment it on Twitter, and I don't know whether they were joking, but it said, imagine how bad people will feel when they find out it's just a dog he's looking after for a bit. And I suddenly started thinking, it's like, yeah, Supergirl's next. This might just be Kara's dog. And then they can have the dog in the next movie as well. And I think it's going to be like Baby Yoda. They're going to want that dog and everything.
Oh, yeah, there's probably already a plushie out.
No, there definitely is. There was like popcorn buckets with plushies on them or being sold around them.
It is. I didn't really care about the dog either way. I think it's the wrong breed. I don't know what it is in the comics, but when I think of Superman's dog, I don't think of whatever that breed is.
The most American dog, a golden retriever. I have no idea.
I mean,
what's the most American dog?
Well, the thing is, it was when the trailer came out and it was fighting. Is even worse. Like, that breed of dog is not a fighting dog. Yeah, this is faster than Superman, catches a guy and throws him to Superman. Get that? You definitely need a different breed.
I would say like if you go with like most American thinking, like a more family friendly, it would be like like a lab or a golden retriever. And yeah, he's a lab in the comics. That's right.
Yes, thank you, Lance. Or like I guess a bulldog would be the next, but that doesn't strike me as
not a bulldog.
Strong.
Superman wouldn't have a genetically inferior dog. It's like, oh no, this was a breed of complete disaster that should never have existed.
Guys, that dog has a flatter face than I do.
All the reams of flesh because it's essentially just like a mutated hybrid of something that never should have existed. It is the alien of the dog world.
Oh no, those chihuahuas with the big googly eyes are the alien of the dog world.
It's like pugs.
the like, full bred chihuahuas.
The best thing, I can't even remember who said it. I just heard it. Like, Pete Davidson is the pug of people. It was essentially the thing. And they were like, what do you mean by that? And he went, he is the guy that women date to prove that they're not shallow and they'll even shag an ugly bloke. And I'm like, yeah, that's what pugs are.
No, because he has a big
look, aren't
pee-pee.
I really deep? Don't I even love the genetic mutations? I love the ugly dogs too. That's what a pug's for. Like, oh,
well, some
I'm
girls,
not shallow.
I guess, find him funny.
Do you like pugs though?
Yeah.
Find James Gunn? Wait.
No,
she means Pete Davidson.
Oh, sorry.
No, the other rumor is that Pete Davidson would be like the alpha in 28 years later.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes any sense. Oh, he's funny.
Hey, that
but
would
he
make
looks
sense.
like the back end of a cow.
He's literally dated some of the like biggest stars.
He's dated Kate Beckinsale.
He's dated Kim Kardashian. Not that I'm saying that's like up there,
But
but
No,
you know.
she is the
he's
pug of women.
famous.
There's a reason people focus on her ass.
It's funny because like Kim, albeit is a great businesswoman in the sense that she makes a lot of money. Okay, give her that. But her choice in men,
She's got as much silicone in her as one of them baby dolls.
Probably more.
They're about the same. It's like, does she even really exist at this point?
Is she even there? Yeah, her mom just. I seen a
Half her
picture.
face
Her
needs
mom.
a separate passport.
Kris
Oh my
Jenner.
god!
Did you
when
see
she
that?
passes away, it's just gonna be all her implants left on
Yeah.
her skeleton.
Like, she gets dug up in 1,000 years when aliens invade the Earth.
Oh my
and
god!
there's just like half her face there. It's like,
why did humans do this to themselves? It'll be some weird, crazy answer.
no,
Did
if they're anything like our guys now, they'll try and fit it into their ideology, and they'll just be like, well, humans must have only had like half silicon faces. I was like, this is
Speaking
why we
of
only find half of them altogether.
Kardashian Jenner. Did you see Kris Jenner? All this work that she had done.
You know what? It's better than her last face.
Yeah, I guess. Just age
I
gracefully, ladies. Goodness. You work for those laugh lines and all that. Like, it's too much. She looks like, honestly, she kind of looks a lot like, more like Kim there. They must have gotten the same work done.
I remember a surgeon describing why everybody looks the same in these families in Hollywood, because he was talking at the time about the Jacksons and how they all merged to look the same. The same with the Kardashians, the same with loads of other people. It says it's because, well, if you need something done, what do? You ask someone you know for recommendations. As I go, I went for this surgeon, he was great. And just this. It says, a good surgeon will tailor your nose to your face. A bad surgeon gives everybody the same nose. And that's exactly what they do. They all ask who the surgeon is, and he only does one nose.
Oh my god, BBLs, the way they were popularized in the last
they're
like
horrific.
7-8 years. You know, I actually really like watching like pre and post surgery just to see how like the healing goes because I'm weird like that. They didn't make content about like just like a knee replacement back in the day. Now there's more surgeons doing that. And I'm like, whoa, that's some crazy stuff that they go through just to be skinny and have a big butt. Not worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, having a BBL is like going under the surgeon's knife and them sticking fat in you. It's like, why? You're supposed to be going the other way around. You're not supposed to be wanting a massive arse. It doesn't make any sense. There was a woman on Big Brother who could get the implant and turn it around, like flip it over in her arse.
That's weird.
And I know if they pop, they're dangerous. This is something you sit on.
It depends on the implant. If it's just
it's in your ass.
No. But you're saying if they pop, it'll kill you. It depends on what is inside the implant. If it's just saline, it's not a deal.
I doubt sugar water being put into you can't be that good either.
It's not sugar water.
Or
it's
is it
like
salt water saline?
0.something% water, like salt water. That's it. So your body just reabsorbs it. I've had people who came for like mammograms where the implant popped.
Oh,
it freaked me. Oh my
in the machine.
God. No.
When you were doing when you were doing it, it popped.
No. It was already popped.
Oh,
so you do
scare the crap out of me. Like
no. You always want to.
Yeah, she just like deflates in front of you.
Oh my God, no. So what I usually do is like one that's like not pressing down too hard so that they could see the entirety of the breast, and then you do one pushed back so that like it's like I call it the burger method. You like push the implant back and then you do just the tissue in the front to prove that you did not pop it because you know I don't want to
get because you don't want to get sued. My gosh.
You're just taking photographs as she walks through the door. You're like before, and there's just like one out here and one there. It wasn't me.
Yeah, it's very weird to feel implants because some are really good. Like they feel like they're not even there, but then some you're like, the hell did you pay us for?
They're just
like Rob, girl.
Yeah, they're just perfect circles. Like that didn't even exist when you were 18, let alone any other time.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, sorry.
No,
boob
you're
talk.
Fine. Before we like
oh no,
get too
the
far
horror
from this talk,
chat talking about boobs.
I think they're fine. So before we like
Worse
completely
than the
move
baby
forward
blender.
from James Gunn, I had this little article up. James Gunn says his Superman is beatable. I see the online things. Who would beat whom? Homelander or Superman or whatever. And I'm like, this is the stupidest conversation. So
See,
then
now
whoever
What?
that on its
He is
own.
not a nerd. He is
Yes.
literally not a nerd. People do this all the time.
There's YouTube
With so
channels
many different-
dedicated to it. Like, who
Yeah,
would win
like,
what is
between like
wrong with
1,000
him?
ninjas and 1,000 Vikings, and
like
they just
this-
have them go to war?
but think about like the superpower beatdowns on Bat and the
Yeah,
Sun. Like, you know,
Look at the gorilla versus 100 men. That became
know.
viral.
it did.
100 men would kick the living crap out of
How
a
did
gorilla.
that even start? You think like one person, like these guys are just like drunk and they're
It
just
was-
like, who would win?
No, it was
It was
a
a tweet.
random tweet. One person just
Okay.
went, I think like 100 people would keep the crap out of a gorilla, and it just took
How
off.
many people commented on this? So the fact that he thinks this is stupid, well, guess what? You are so out of touch that
Yeah.
you think this.
Yeah.
I'm
He
sorry.
doesn't
No,
come
you're an
across
idiot.
as like a superhero fan.
No,
And
we
this
should
is the thing.
want that.
I
You
would-
want people talking about your stuff. Like, what the
I-
heck is up with this dude?
The more he gets included in the marketing, I'm like, why? I don't think I should know who's made, because I don't care. The only person I ever saw or knew about making movies, it was Steven Spielberg, because his name was on everything.
Mhm.
Anyone
Well-
else, I see it like, I don't care what the chef's name is of the guy that makes a steak. Just make me the steak, it should speak for itself. I should only know what your name is if you mess it up.
So I think that it's the same as Disbrew said, but then we have the extremes. So the really sucky people and the really good people. Because I'm sure there's movies out there in chat. I don't know a director I can think in my head that people will go see that director's movie
Nolan.
regardless. So Nolan, see, there we go. So you have to be the extremes. Either you suck or you're good to be known as a director. Gunn,
Yeah.
he's inserting himself as this great thing. His ego is so big. No, calm yourself down
I
a
was-
little.
I was looking at his IMDb page. He has one movie that I like out of all of it. And he's pitching himself, oh, I'm going to do black and white photos. I'm so amazing. I'm the CEO of DC Studios. You need to calm down because I'm making all of these movies. It's like, you've made one in your entire career that I like. Your Guardians 2 was so awful, I never saw Guardians 3. That's how bad I thought it was. And you're like, no, I can make an entire universe and pitch myself because everyone cares about James Gunn. Nobody knows who you are. Like, the same people who are having the stupid conversations that you're talking about are the only people who know who you are. Anybody else in the street does not care about you at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So he says, so then whoever would win this fight means they're the best because I'll just go out and write God Man who can destroy you with a wink. But I didn't
Yeah, that was
want
called Superman. That's what Superman was.
I mean,
This is why they were like, actually, we've made this guy too powerful. We're going to have to give him some weaknesses.
and Superman has flaws.
yeah.
Like kryptonite.
Yeah, but he didn't
Yeah.
at first. That's why they had to invent kryptonite, because he was too strong. And they were like,
Yeah.
we've got to give him some kind of problem.
Oh, is that a thing? I didn't know. Okay.
A lot of people are like, I like Batman better because he can actually be beat. And I get that. So we have Superman that can be beat. That's not a new thing, James Gunn. Like we just said, they invented kryptonite a very long time ago in the Superman story to make it so he could actually, be taken down.
Yeah, but also, the conversation with Batman is regularly, he can't be beaten. This is why everyone goes, but does he have time to prepare? Because his whole thing is he
Yeah.
can't be beaten if he has time to prepare.
Yeah, he almost takes down Superman quite a few times. So, yeah. and
Yeah,
I'm
my
sure they're-
favorite was, somebody said there was a story where he meets, is it Cyborg? And so he just kicks off on Batman, and Batman just presses a button, and he shuts down. And people are like, how did you do that? So, I implanted a virus in him when I first met him. And like, even if he's your friend, he still plans to defeat you immediately.
Just in
Yeah,
case.
And he's like, I'll just keep it there, just
This
in
is
case.
Plan Z.
That's why he put together the Justice League. He wants all the strongest people near him so that he can keep an eye on them. Not that he has his ways. I'm sure he still keeps an eye, but you know what I mean? Like, kind of smart when you think about it. He is, Batman
Well,
is smart. But
Smart, psychotic, both.
I mean, there's maybe a little bit of both, balanced out.
Yeah, he's kind of, he's an arsehole, but he's the same person you turn to the instant you've got a problem. It's like, where you stand with Batman.
Since we're on Batman talk, we'll end the Batman talk with this. I just thought this was funny. George Clooney says his son has become a huge Batman fan. I said to him, "I was Batman." And he was like, "Not really." And I was like, "You have no idea how right you
Yeah.
are."
You're
The
gonna show up for 2
nipples!
seconds.
The nipples are so weird in that photo.
It's so funny too because Val Kilmer in Batman Forever, he had the bat nipples first, but nobody talked about it because it didn't. It just sticks out
The
so
shape's
much more.
so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
shape's
really
so
shiny
weird.
ones.
Shiny bat
And
nips.
dudes typically have a nipple that large or an areola that protruding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one's complaining that weird nipples. But the thing is,
Oh,
that
hey.
means that means that those nipples have a point on his suit. Like, you didn't just add them there because, oh well, I have them. So you've got to show him using them. Well, I know at some point he's got to be falling off a building, and he's like, "Oh no, I've lost my grappling hook gun," and he just fires out 2 things from his nipples and hangs onto the building that way or something. He's got to have some kind of gadget coming out of him. He just gets thirsty, and that's where he keeps his like backup milk.
Backup milk. See, like just real quick.
I said backup milk, and she just vanished off.
I don't know what happened. My camera changed on me.
You see, this is Val Kilmer's. Like he has the bat nips, but they're not exactly.
You know what?
They're not as like
the abs really help. I think that it's not as
Yeah.
shiny as like.
Oh, on that they just look like a dent.
Yeah.
You
They don't
know
even
his
look like
abs. He's got abs on abs on abs.
Yes. This just no. Sorry, George.
I just want to know what they do.
Nips aren't working for you.
Costume department.
Yeah.
Wait, what is more offensive? Clooney's bat nipples or Dave Cornsweat's Superman outfit? Chat, let us know.
Oh, I hate the biker. If you got rid of the lines, it would just look better. Like, it looks like a biker outfit. I can't get over it.
It just looks too loose on him. And like, you can make a latex, like not latex. What's the workout material? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I know what you mean when he does that. His shoulders wrinkle up and stuff. But even when he's in like a pose where it doesn't wrinkle, those lines just make it look like leathers.
It looks so chunky, and he shouldn't look chunky. He should look rippled. Like his muscles are just so strong.
The issue is I like the Batman suits which are armored because he's just a bloke. So it makes sense they would have armored and protective gear. Superman doesn't need biker leathers because if a bullet hits him, his skin is stronger than what he's wearing anyway. So he shouldn't look as if he's got padding or like protective shoulders and stuff. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for the actor. I feel like if this movie bombs, I think his career probably is tanked.
Well,
yeah.
the marketing is what's awful. I'll see if I can find some of the...
Yeah, find that one. I was going to ask if you had it in the group chat so I can pop it up. But that,
oh, there's the one on like
there's loads.
From
I don't know
People
which one you
magazine
mean.
or whatever in the phone booth.
Well,
that was stupid.
He's been posting pictures with his dog now. Like, they're really... All the marketing I've seen seems to just be going aimed at women. It's like, oh, look at this cute dog. Oh, let's do a haircut video and stuff. I'm like, what?
No, if you want to aim it at women, put Mr. Cornsweat wearing a Superman Speedo. Like, that's going to get women more to the theater than you, James Gunn.
If you want to aim it at women, cast Henry Cavill. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, easy.
I mean...
easy. I mean, okay, David Cornsweat is not a bad-looking dude, but Henry Cavill... Come on.
Henry Cavill is used as the example of just you need an attractive man. You just use his name.
But the thing is, Henry Cavill appeals to both men and women.
Yes.
And I think that we're missing in a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
well,
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to be looking up something.
I'm trying to find the haircut video. I found the one that really annoyed me, but there was a haircut thing as well. I'll show these and maybe I'll find the next one. Because all of these, I don't think you should get hit with these because they're like social media things.
Yeah, you said, you got them already. Never mind. I was looking because you
found
did post
3.
them.
I found all the ones except the one I was looking up, right? So this is
Oh, there you go.
story of my life.
That's how it works when you have 20 billion tabs open.
Yeah, so this one for a start. Will it show audio if I'm on window?
No.
No.
Okay, well I'll have to.
Oh my
I'll have to do
God.
it. Tab.
Okay,
I'll have to
wait. That reminds me of the Dakota Johnson promo with Chris Evans where he couldn't open the jar
Yeah.
and she opens it for him.
Yeah. Well. Oh, I'm weak. I'm only Lex. I'm really weak. He's like, don't worry. I got that for you, bro.
Why did he grab his hand like that? That was kind of
It
gay.
gets worse.
Oh,
Oh, why?
I don't know.
Why? I will say Nicholas Hoult doesn't look so bad bald. Like I almost feel weird seeing his hair now.
But then we've got him advertising him and his dog.
I don't see it.
Is this so cute? Don't you?
No, we
you
don't.
wanna-
we don't see it. We
anything
don't see
different.
it. You want us to remove
Oh,
and then
I've got to. Oh
reshare?
yeah, sorry. This is. It's so annoying.
We just
when-
got quiet and we're like, oh,
Yeah, the dog.
cool dog, man.
Well,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is the thing. Like he's playing with his dog,
Aw.
and so now we've got to care
Dog,
about
though.
Corn Sweat's dog. This has got music in the background, so I'll click through. But it is just
You can mute it.
him looking after his dog.
This is definitely girl marketing. Oh my god, cute puppy!
All of it is girl marketing. This is the
It's
the-
working on me.
I was like, the dog is
Yes,
cute.
but the thing is, you're not the target audience of Superman. This is the entire point.
Yeah.
It's like you're
For every
you're
girl
going
marketing, there should be male.
you're going for the external audience that you don't have, but you're not marketing towards the core audience because it seems like they think they'll just turn up anyway. I think that's what all the story has been. Like, well, you know, we've already got the blokes, so if we just make everything about the win, and I don't like this because this one craps on Superman, and you shouldn't destroy your own storylines. Wait, why is that so quiet?
It's all the
Oh,
way down, the volume.
Your
On
volume
your,
is all the way
yeah.
down.
Hey, Clark.
Hey, Jimmy.
Did you, Who are you? Hey, Clark.
I didn't
Because he
think
takes
that
his
was
glass,
I don't get it.
Did you?
he
because
takes his glasses off.
Because that's,
So-
that's his identity, right? Like when
Yeah,
Clark has the
he's
glasses
like, "No,
on,
I'm
he doesn't
Clark."
look like Superman, and then you take him
Yeah,
off.
he's
and
like, I'm
Superman.
Clark. Now I've taken my glasses off. I'm not Clark, and they just don't recognize him. They're taking the piss out of the Superman disguise in their marketing for Superman. That doesn't
Yeah.
seem very smart to me.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that
but the-
funny either.
the thing
Like, I see
is,
what they're trying to do, but
Clark and Superman have different personas too. It's not just the glasses; it's the way he carries himself, the way he talks.
Yeah, but this has always been one of the meme jokes about Superman, but I don't
Yeah.
think it should be coming from the people making Superman.
Are you ready?
It comes across as my own IP
Hold
that I'm
on.
making as a joke. And like you have to take. Yeah, but you're still
be honest, I didn't
recognizably you.
recognize- I did not recognize Wicked without her glasses in person.
she didn't. She was like, "Hi." I was like, "Wicked Virtue."
Yeah. She had her own version, but the thing is, I also never met you in person either. And I
No.
think
People
that
look
obvious-
different in person compared to on camera. They, even if you know
Yes.
who you're looking for, you still have to be like, "Is that? I think it's them, but is it?" It's like
How many
everything.
celebrities have you maybe seen and not even noticed?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, especially when you're not expecting somebody in that scenario. I'm sure they
Yeah.
walk past everybody.
True. All right, let me catch up on supers. Jason
My
Webster.
favorite was
Oh, hold on.
Nicolas
This is
Cage.
you.
Nicolas Cage went to a convention wearing a mask of Nicolas Cage and walked around the convention and then revealed it was him later on. I was like, it was the best disguise because no one would think you'd be impersonating yourself.
Yeah, it is. All right. So, Jason, thank you for the 2. Highly recommend My Name 2021. Love Han So Hee. I don't know if I said that.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
what we
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about earlier. My Name is the it's essentially this young kid, her father dies, so she joins some gangsters to try and who promise I will find your father's killer if you work for it. And so she's working for this gang, trying to find out that her father's killers. And this gang is just they'll do things like they'll throw everyone in a ring, like 50 people. Last one who survives gets the job, kind of thing. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Dang.
fighting in it.
Hmm.
Marco Rally for 2 says U.S. airstrikes in Iran, 3 sites. Yeah, I just read that it was infrastructure, and
That's scary.
they're saying that no civilians were hurt, but I don't think we're gonna know. It was basically just bombing their nuclear sites. So if no one got hurt, great, and it's just well, we won't get into it because we don't know all the details fully yet either. But yes, that did happen. I see
I
people
go
in the
off the
chat kind of talking
Mobland
about
thing. I have no stomach for another man's war.
it. I have to watch Mobland.
Yeah, you'll
Uh,
love it. Oh my god,
I-
it's so good.
I wanted to watch it on my flight to and from Dallas, but Paramount Plus doesn't let you download. So I know
Boo.
I was like, I was so ready for that. But X-Ray has to leave, so
I'm
she's
sorry.
it's okay. You
I
you
gotta
stayed
watch
for
a
almost the whole thing.
documentary.
Oh, well, I'm glad
Yeah,
you're having
in
fun.
prep for.
I saw the picture that Gary shared. You looked so cute at the podium, all professional.
I'm trying to be professional. It's weird because I'm still getting a mix of X-ray, and shoe or shoe A, and so it's like I had someone come up to me thinking I was actually Chinese and started speaking it, and I go, "Yeah, I speak English. I'm sorry."
I get the same
Yeah.
thing with French. They read the name and it's like, oh, no, let's just speak. Someone replied to me on Twitter in French. I'm like, I don't know what you mean.
I only
Well-
know bisous.
Well, do you have anything going on this week, or you're just going to be traveling?
Just traveling, X-ray girl everywhere. I sold the blanket.
Oh.
I'm gonna be sending that out next week. I am working on another one, so I'll let you guys know when that is finished. And hopefully next week we'll finish Expedition 33. I'm really sorry. I wish I could stay the whole time, but
Okay. You guys held it down for 4 hours last week, so
well,
We
was
got
that
it.
really
Thank you.
holding it down or just enjoying?
Yes, yes.
But that's
Yeah,
the thing is,
little
like, I could have
both.
just
We
said,
don't
like,
keep anyone hostage. They watch voluntarily.
we do this voluntarily, and that's why I wanted to be here voluntarily in that sense. Like, this was dinner time anyways. I'll eat around the schedule because I enjoy the show so freaking much.
Yeah, this
So.
is fun. I love our show. No, we're not ending early. X-ray is just has
me,
to
just me.
go.
I'm gotta
Yes.
go. So,
Yes. Well, you have fun,
thank you.
and we'll all be
And
back next week as well. So, right, are you going to be still traveling?
Don't
I'm
do
gonna
our
be
goodbyes,
traveling.
otherwise people will think
No,
we're
no,
leaving.
I'm not doing goodbyes.
No,
We're
no,
doing
I'm
all-
leaving,
Just
I'm leaving.
X-ray. Just
No, but
X-ray.
Wicked's going, oh, what we're going to do next week. It's like,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
no,
you
no,
just
no.
say goodbye
What?
to the one person. We're
Yeah.
not talking about next week.
all I gotta say
This is like on a video, you never go, and that's it for that, because the people just leave. It's like,
Yeah.
Wicked,
Yeah.
you should totally leave Disprue by himself at the call. I'm sure
I know
he'd
it's going to be.
I will
so
absolutely
funny.
keep it out.
Drew show. That'd be so funny.
But I'll see you guys later.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you, and have a good rest of the show. Bye.
I have
See you next
found the
week.
clip. I've found the hair clip.
Okay, show it.
Yeah. Hang on. I think that's the right one.
I've never seen you squint. He just did the Winnie the Pooh thing.
Well, I normally have glasses on when I'm on the camera. Okay, this. Look, not only does it say
this
a
was in our
princess.
group chat. I didn't know this was the one you were looking for. It's in our group chat.
Yeah, look, this is. Superman is a male property, but here we are.
Majesty, Polo is exhausted because Majesty, only Polo, can take this and give you
A princess.
That is so stupid. I mean, I will say that
Superman
he is
marketing,
handsome.
everybody.
He is handsome, and they are like just
No,
what
he's a
X-Ray just said.
princess.
I know, but they're trying to market to girls, but it's not hitting. Like
Because
Superman
what women are really
marketing.
attracted to is princesses. That's what
Yeah, I know.
women love. Men that call themselves a princess. That's really what they're after.
Yeah.
If a guy calls himself a princess, it makes it seem like I have more of a chance with him than you do.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're not doing Superman marketing for Superman. Like
And the thing is, especially when we've already seen him on the cheek in another video, and now he's
Yeah.
calling him a princess.
yeah.
And
June.
I don't know what modern marketing, and we've just seen it with materialists. Modern marketing for women in rom-coms seems to be more about the men getting it on together than the women. It's very strange, and I don't
is.
understand what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but it's not good
I can
Superman
comprehend
marketing.
all of the weird female TikTok books. I get that. don't get that. I don't know what I've just watched.
Me neither. Here, let's get the super chats and then we'll jump into another topic. Lexicon Hellhound for 2. Disproven Wicked cosplay as Molar and Scully. Maybe for Halloween.
The truth is out there.
You
My
can do
truth is out there. Yeah, we'd have to do like woke Mulder and Scully. It's like
Oh,
my truth is
yeah.
out there.
Let's do it. I think that'd be funny. Maybe X-Ray could dress up like as an alien. Just give her something to do. I don't know. I never watched X-Files, so I can't think of like, was there a big third person in it?
Yeah, there was another bloke because at one point Mulder leaves and he gets
Mm.
replaced by another bloke. So she could have like, it's the guy from Terminator 2, the Terminator. He replaced him.
Oh, okay. We'll work on it, guys. Halloween's only.
You seem
3
really
months
disappointed.
away.
It's like, oh,
Oh, I know. I'm like, that's not fun.
I think he's a good actor, and you're like, oh, well, oh, okay.
I've never
I'm not
seen it.
interested
Is
now.
this who? Well, no. I was just thinking of the costumes. Like, well, maybe she could do that.
Oh, okay. You got distracted with fashion.
I'm a girl. I'm
You're
a girl.
already
What can I
creating the
say?
cosplay in your head.
I'm like, this brew will look like this. I'll look like this, but we need something for X-Ray. The Orc for £5. This brew, look up Brent Weeks, the Painted Man books, dude, and good
I've
night.
read a lot of Brent Weeks. Depending on which series which one's the Painted Man? I've read it all Lightbringer Chronicles. Was it the Painted Man? Sounds like one of the Demon Cycle stuff. It is the Demon Cycle. Yeah, I've read all the Demon Cycle. That's book 1. No, I've read the entire series. End's
Okay.
great. That's another
One step
book
ahead of
series
you.
which that's another book series which escalates over time. And so you start with a couple of characters in a small world, and then by the end there's lots of characters fighting for over a huge kind of nation with a whole load of new lore and characters and magic systems that just didn't exist at the start of the books. Like, that's how you expand things properly. Whereas now, writers seem to be like, we need to get the entire thing into season 1. And so they just spend all time introducing 50 different people. It's awful.
Jason Webster has been a member for 16 months. Thank you, Jason. When short on cash, Superman uses his trusty
Wait, this
platinum.
isn't Brent Weeks.
What?
This is Peter V. Brett, the Painted Man.
Oh, he's still
Brent
on
Weeks
something
is
else.
a different.
Hold
no,
on,
Brent
Jason.
Brent Weeks is a different author.
I don't know.
Okay, so Brent Weeks. This is weird. So Brent Weeks is. This is why I said I've read his
Jason.
books. He does the Night Angel trilogy, which I've also read, and I'm reading book 4 now. But the Painted Man is the Demon Cycle, which I've also read from a different author. So I don't know. I don't know
so
which.
you got it confused.
It's
Like,
half and half. The title is from one series. The author is from an entirely different series, but I've read them both. So.
Jason, thank you for being a member for 16 months. When short on cash, Superman uses his trusty Platinum American Express card. American Express, he never leaves the Fortress of Solitude without it. I mean, that would be more interesting than what they're giving us.
But there's loads of stuff. You could have like Superman flying across the world. And he's like fighting baddies, and then he just flies through a window. Goes, there you go. And it's like all because the lady loves milk tray. That used to be a thing over here. There'd be a guy and he'd be doing like James Bond stuff all across roofs and then fighting people. Also, he could deliver chocolates to the woman he loved, kind of thing. Oh, because the lady loves milk tray.
They need
They
to hire
try-
Disparu for ads.
Well, no, these were ads from my childhood. Like the ads that we have now are so much worse than we had when I was a kid. Because you couldn't do that, right? Because that would be gender stereotypes. She's sitting in bed, he's delivering to her, he's doing the heroic thing. Oh, we can't do that.
Can't have that. Bird Up for 5. Upcoming Silence of the Lambs prequel directed by James Gunn, titled James Gunn's James Gum.
I can't. The thing about, I think part of the marketing is it's James Gunn's humor, and it's just not funny. Like
No,
it
it worked
in
for
the
Guardians.
first Guardians of the Galaxy, and even then, okay, it works in those characters when I've seen those characters. But you're
Yeah.
doing it in everything. It doesn't work for Superman.
Mm-mm. Nope. Death's Door has become a new member. Thank you so much. Magnum Norse has been a member for 4 months. Is 28 years later boring? This makes
Yep.
me sad until I realize I don't live in a zombie apocalypse. So it is boring. I haven't seen any reviews on it. I mean, I've had a busy week.
Okay.
Kind of, so I didn't
So-
even know it was out yet.
It's worth seeing because it was mixed. Gary liked it. I hate it. I had more fun watching the Thunderbolts. And I gave
Oh.
the Thunderbolts a 4. I'd give this a 4. But if I had to pick one to watch again, it would be Thunderbolts.
Hmm.
And I liked the first third of the film because it's a father and his son. And even then, saying I liked the first third is kind of generous because it's more like throughout the movie, I like certain scenes or certain themes, but even those I don't like entire sections. So I liked the father and the son and he's kind of raising him in this environment. You get to see what it would mean to be a man in this world and how you would bring up the men in that world from kids. Like you would have to teach them different messages because there's things they have to be. And there's a whole scene at a party where the kid is like, no, no, I didn't. No, it's like, no. It's like, no, don't worry. This is what you need kind of thing. And so I like that. And then it changes. And you're watching an entirely different movie for the second 2/3. Unrelated to the first bit. It changes in tone, people. You go from this world makes sense to everybody in this world is an idiot. And it was almost as if just a different creative team took over. And then for the last 2 minutes, same thing happens. Just an entire tonal shift. It's really bizarre. But a lot of that second 2/3 is nothing happening. And then they introduce a guy. I'm like, this is cool. Oh. And it just doesn't go anywhere. And that's what all of this is. It like introduces loads of threads. And it's like Severance. There's lots of interesting ideas that just don't go anywhere. And because there's 2 more films, yeah, they maybe they'll be in those, but a film has to be self-contained, and this is a mystery box movie. And mystery box doesn't work for movies. It has to be a self-contained unit of entertainment. So,
Oh.
it was my most disappointing movie of the year, I think.
Really? So this was the third one, right? They had 28 days later, and then was it 21
Well,
weeks or months or something?
yes, it is the third, but I think it's better to think of it as the first of a new trilogy.
Okay. So I've seen.
It's so much later to the first 2, and it even retcons the second one. I've heard because I haven't watched that in ages, so I don't know myself, but people have said it does. So I think it's best to think of it as the first of a new trilogy.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't see the second one. I know I've seen the first one, which was the 28 days later, but it was so long ago. And I wasn't really even into horror movies at the time. So like I remember it, but I could definitely rewatch it. But I haven't seen this new one, so I can't.
There's no point really. This is entirely unrelated. It retcons all the lore about the zombies. These aren't the same zombies that are in the first 2.
No. Okay. So
which in itself could be interesting if it went anywhere. So, like, okay, you've introduced these new zombie types. Are you going to show me anything about them? No, we'll leave that for the next thing. Everything was just, we'll leave that for the next movie. And I think it needed to take one of the ideas that it introduced, and that needed to be the core of the movie, so it went somewhere and explained something and did something. Rather than going, this is interesting, this is interesting, this is interesting. You find out nothing, though.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna look because I'm just curious.
I mean, some people love it, right? So Robert My Brunette said this is like an absolutely incredible movie, like a masterpiece. Gary liked it. Quarter Black liked it. So it is something where you gotta have to watch it and make up your own mind, and it probably depends what you're after in a movie.
Yeah. I was just curious.
I've watched too many mystery box things to be to like give people a chance. Like, I'm not gonna wait for your second movie to find out about your first one.
Yeah, I won't go down too much because I don't want to because some of these.
No,
well,
but
actually,
what's the
when
score?
the score
61% audience.
it got rad. So basically, like how critic list
I
works.
would not
rad
consider
is,
61% to be good in any.
Yeah, it's middle, right? Like there's rad and this. It's like
6 out of 10 is like better than average. It's watchable, but it's not good.
Yeah, we got bogus, rad, most excellent, heinous, decent, rad, most excellent, decent, most excellent, rad. So it seems like most of them are rad and decent. And there's a couple like that really enjoyed it, a couple that really hated it. So you're right, this is very mixed.
Well, if you look on Rotten Tomatoes as well, on what I've shared.
Oh, you shared it? Hold on, let me
Yep.
stop sharing.
This is, again, and this is never a good sign, right? So 90% from the critics, over 202 reviews, 66% audience. Now, for this, remember, it goes up if it's a 5 or if it's above a 5. So only 66% of people thought it was above a 5.
Mm.
It does tend to be quite split of it. I really like this movie, or this was awful. It's like depends what you like.
Magnum Norse for 5 says, "Bring on the Highlander reboot with Henry Cavill. Let's go." Are you excited for that one?
I don't think I've even watched the original Highlander movies.
I haven't either.
It's a bit like Tom Cruise for me with Henry Cavill. I want what he does to succeed, and if you look back on what he's done, it's like, oh, I kind of feel sorry for him because I want him to succeed, but like Argyle looked really good from the trailers, but it turned out to be a bait and switch. They used him as the bait and switch. He wasn't barely in the movie. It was not about him. And so I want him to have success, essentially. Whether it'll be in Highlander, I don't know, because it's not a property I'm into.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch it. I know. I remember my older brother was really into it. But it was also something that was before my time. Which, I mean, I've watched plenty of movies that were before my time, but sometimes some slip under the radar. I've heard it's pretty good. So
I think I tried to watch it. I think it was on TV or something, and I turned over the channel, and there was 2 guys waving swords at each other really slowly, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on here, and just turned it over. That's my only reference point.
He's like, I'd rather watch She-Hulk.
No, this was ages ago. This is when I was a kid because the Highlander movies were really old. But yeah, I think they were like fighting on a car bonnet or something, and there was lightning going off. I'm like, what on earth is happening?
All right. Now this is something that people probably expect me to be excited for, but I'm not. So Disney's long-awaited Pirates of the Caribbean 6 will
What
see the
happened to the
return
all-female one?
of. Well, I'm not going to say that I'm sad they scrapped that. I know that probably would have been peak content for you.
Well,
you
no, I remember.
Shreds, but
wasn't it gonna have
Margot Robbie?
Yeah, wasn't she gonna lead it?
Yeah, I don't know if that was just a rumor though. I don't know if that was actually like something that was going to be in the works. I do remember hearing about that, and I remember thinking like, no, I don't want this, even though I liked Pirates and I like Margot Robbie, but I wasn't looking for a girl boss pirate movie.
You wouldn't do that though. Like Hollywood is massively missing a trick. There is plenty of ways you could make a Margot Robbie led. Oh, I read the advert. I'm like, what on earth is she looking at? I was like, why are you looking at like a Safari is amazing thing? No, it was like there were so many ways you could make a Margot Robbie female only pirate movie that was absolutely amazing.
If they made it more on the comedy side, I could see it doing well.
You have to make it so that all of them are hot. That's all you have to do.
Yes,
and the men will pour into the cinema. You just have to make it from blokes with Margot Robbie leading it.
Yeah.
Oh, they are leaving so much money on the table because they refuse to do it. No, they've got to be girl bosses, do they?
Yeah, I mean, it's true they don't. They could do it properly, but would they? And if they did this like in the 90s, I think it would be done right. Like, here's an example real quick. I know we're going off topic with pirates right now, but my example will be, I didn't watch the new Charlie's Angels that they made, but I seen parts of like clips and I was like, no, thank you. The one in the early 2000s did so well. They had 3 chicks that people were attracted to, and they had Bosley in there.
Did they remake the remake?
They remade it with Elizabeth, what's her name? My gosh, the chat might be able to help me.
I
With this.
remember
She was
there
like
was
the
a
director.
modern version.
They did a modern version, and it did not do well.
Yeah, because I remember one there was marketing. Oh no, I maybe think I do know what you mean, but I suddenly thought no, maybe I'm thinking of Scary Movie because there was a moment I remember where one of them did the high kick and they did all the pose, and then a water fountain fired out of a minge.
Yeah, no.
I think that might have been Scary Movie though.
This new one though that they did was yes, Elizabeth Banks. Thank you. I think she was like the director of it, and they had I can't remember all the ones that were in it. They had the girl who was in the Smile movie and the like remake of the Power Rangers, and she played Princess Jasmine. She was one of the angels in this new one. It's like no, it's not as good as the early one with Cameron Diaz, and it just.
Yeah, so I remember the 2000 and 2003 one. I didn't know there'd been a 2019 one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the ones with Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, those ones did well. I mean, and obviously back in the 70s, the Charlie's Angels show did very well too. But they they redid it and it wasn't done well. So that's what I mean. Like they could do a good Pirates of the Caribbean with females in it, but if you give us Jack Sparrow too,
the 2019 one, they're
everyone
not attractive.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
That's what's
you
important.
You can tell what a movie is going to be just by how hot the women are in it. That's what I've learned. Like, same thing in gaming. Like, if it's a video game where you can make them look like anything, if the characters aren't hot, it's crap. Like, all the game mechanics will be crap. It'll be an awful game.
Yeah. So anyways, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 producer teases returning cast as Orlando Bloom says it's time to get the band back together. Swan
we're
song.
broke.
Yeah, right. But all I'm saying is I don't want this because I just think the story's been told and I don't trust them to make another good movie. But if Johnny Depp is not in it, no one's gonna care.
Oh,
Jack
then you have to
Sparrow
have him.
is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So
Now you could make a Pirates of the Caribbean with no one else in it except him. It would still work. But
yeah, like if
you
they
could
just
get
did a
all
Jack
the other
Sparrow one,
peripheries, and it wouldn't work.
yeah. So Disney's long-awaited Pirates of the Caribbean 6 will see the return of some familiar faces, and look at that. They're saying some, which means Johnny Depp
negotiating,
probably they could be negotiating. Like I think, some people are like, oh no, he should take a stance and say F them. But I mean, if the price is right, he will most likely come back because that's just how humans work. Like if they give him a huge payday, he's gonna take it and he's gonna come back.
I don't think
And he also loves this character, and yeah, I think he should too. I agree.
It's if you remember his interview after the court case and everything, I think he was immediately asked about it, and he was like, "No, because I don't need them." And I think that would be the energy I took into negotiations. I don't need you.
You need me. You need Jack
me
Sparrow.
if you want this movie to succeed. So
yeah, he knows that. He's got it. I mean, there's no way he doesn't know that. So what was the last one? That was 2017. Dead Men Tell No Tales. Yeah, I remember. Wait, was that the last one? Yeah, that was. I didn't like that one that much. Like there was parts of it that were all right.
Is that the one where they went to purgatory or whatever it was to get him back? And like the cannibals.
There
was a really weird, like, magical scene with crabs or something. I'm like, what on earth is happening?
And this was the one where they didn't Elizabeth wasn't really a big part of it. They had like that new girl that was I don't even remember her name. That one I've only watched once. So yeah, I didn't love that one.
It was
so
a weird
I'm like,
movie, that one.
I think the one you're thinking of are you thinking of World's End?
Possibly. It was where Captain Jack dies and they go to get him back.
It all like mixes up to me. But the first four I really liked.
I haven't watched them in ages. Now I know at one point I think there was a big trilogy. And I know a lot of people don't like the later movies in that, but I really do.
And what? The Pirates?
Yeah, I don't know the names of them. I know it's actually got one of the coupling actors. He leads one of the ships. I think he's one of the admirals. Where they fight the Kraken and stuff. Those kind of movies. I think there was one where it's like a trilogy of them, or at least two of them back to back, like two-parter or something.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm like me personally as a big fan of pirate stuff and Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not sure I want this. If they do bring back Johnny Depp, it's gonna get me into the theater to see it. I'll admit that, but I just don't know if they'll give us a good story. But we'll see.
They won't because it's modern Hollywood. But
that's what I
know
mean.
A lot of
That's
people are
like
it's not necessary. But I have no problem with sequels. He was in the movie. He's an actor in it. I don't know his name. But it's a case of I have no problem with sequels. I have no problem with making. You could have the John Wick 110. I'd still go to the cinema to watch it.
Oh yeah.
But
same.
It's a problem with modern Hollywood. I think if Hollywood are pumping out bangers all the time, no one would have a problem with sequels. And I think sequels get blamed for the bad movies when really it's just the people making them.
Yeah.
So I'm more than willing to give everything like a chance. You know, maybe it could work. But
I
it's
would
like
love for it
else.
to work. I say the same thing about Buffy. Like I mean that's my favorite franchise, my favorite TV show. I don't want it to get remade. If it's good, I want to be proven wrong. If they handle this correctly and it's a good continuation of the story, I'll be happy. I'm not going to be like, oh man, I was wrong. I want to be wrong. I don't want them to screw things up. But I just don't have any faith.
Oh, I 100% think they'll mess it up.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I have no faith at all. But if I get surprised, I will be very happy to get surprised.
But for me, it's like, I'm not going to blame Pirates of the Caribbean being a sequel on why it failed. I want the blame to go firmly on the people making it because I don't want them to make more stuff.
Yeah, see, Curious Potato being dazzled by Keira Knightley. Everyone did like that, and that goes to, you know,
You can
your point
definitely
of you
not
got to
have
have
her
a hot
back.
chick. You
Yeah,
got a hot chick
no,
in
but
it, you're gonna get guys watching it.
that's exactly the thing, though. You need a hot chick. You don't need Keira Knightley. She needs to be replaced with a newer version of Keira Knightley.
A newer version. Yeah, they might. I mean,
Yeah, she
they kind
needs
of.
an upgrade.
I don't know if she'd be returning unless it's like a little like cameo, kind of like she did.
I
In the
wouldn't
fifth
pay
one
her
at the
20 quid
end.
to come back. I'd want somebody better.
So, anyways, continuing with this article, various plans for a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie have been floated ever since the series' fifth entry, Dead Men Tell No Tales, launched back in 2017. But a lukewarm reception to that film and then a series of lengthy legal issues for Captain Jack Sparrow actor Johnny Depp have resulted in the franchise being stuck in the doldrums. Now, however, plans appear to finally be what is that?
Coalescing.
I've literally never saw that word before.
It means like
Like,
so
what
you've
is
got like
that?
say you've got like a magnetic metal or something, and then it slowly gets back together. Like Terminator 2, you know, where he gets shattered into pieces and then he slowly comes back together? All the pieces coming back together is him coalescing into one being.
Oh,
It means
okay.
like lots of small things coming together to a greater whole.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. Around the idea of fresh Pirates of the Caribbean story featuring a mix of new and returning characters. Though which old favorites will return remains to be seen. And what is that, a Fortnite trailer?
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently they're in Fortnite now.
Oh,
Everything's in
gosh.
Fortnite, so
Everything's
I'm not
in
surprised.
Fortnite. Speaking earlier this month on British chat show This Morning, Pirates of the Caribbean star Orlando Bloom said he was open to returning as blacksmith turned rogue heartthrob Will Turner after sailing off into the sunset with Keira Knightley's Elizabeth Swann back in 2007's Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Has it really been 2007 since the last movie?
No, it was 2017. Did they leave? Oh, wait. No. Didn't they show
Well,
up?
is
I
that a
thought they
typo then?
It might be a typo. Hold on. Wait. No, because
2017.
at World's End
Okay,
was 2007, but 2017 was Dead Men Tell No Tales, and that was the last one.
So was Orlando Bloom not in the last two movies then? Is that what they mean?
Well, the original trilogy, I thought that he was in the end of Dead Men Tell No Tales, so he wasn't he? Wasn't that one? I might be mixing it up.
Well, in which case, why did they just bring up a random fact from a random movie at some point in the past? It's like,
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't the last. I don't know, man. This article, maybe it was written by AI. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's like, well, okay, so he was in the middle movie. It's like, well, why you just... If he came in afterwards, why wouldn't you mention... Because that makes it sound as if this was his last appearance.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was 2017, which is still a while ago. But anyways, speaking earlier this month on... Oh, I already read that one. Sorry. A decade later, Bloom and Knightley both made cameo... Oh, here we go. Cameo appearances.
Why did you mention it in the last...
I don't... I guess it would make it's making sense because his last big story, like where he was really involved, was 2007.
This is like going, he would like to return to the film. After he was born in 1984, this happened, and then he went to school. It's like, yeah, but what relevance does that have?
Yeah. So a decade later, Bloom and Knightley both made cameo appearances in Dead Men Tell No Tales, brief post-credits scene, setting up a possible full return in the future. Though, as the years pass, fans have since begun to doubt whether this teaser would ever be picked up on. Well, I don't know. I can't say anything at the moment because I really don't know, but there's definitely availability, Bloom said this month.
In other words, I've got
no nothing going on,
Please
man.
give me work.
Yeah. I think they're trying to work out what it would all look like. I personally think it'd be great to get the band back together. That would be great, but they're always different ideas, and so we'll see where it lands.
I think it's an IP that would get people back into the cinema.
The only reason I say I don't want it is because I don't trust. Yeah, exactly. The creators. I don't trust that it would actually be a good story. Would I go see it? Yes, I'm going to go see it if this is in the movies, especially if Johnny Depp is in it. If he's not in it, though, they might as well just not make it because people aren't going to, they go see it for Captain Jack Sparrow. So if you don't have him in this movie, don't bother making it unless you're doing like a full reboot where you're not telling the story of any of the pirates from the first movie.
I don't think they can do that. I think
they need them to get butts in the seats.
Well, not only do I think you'd need Johnny Depp to get people's butts in seats, but if you did anything without him, it would come across as if you are excluding him from it. And people like him. After the court case, people really like him. And so they don't want to see him screwed over for something that wasn't his fault. Like, their best bet would have been not to have fired him in the first place. And like, trusted that, these are just accusations by a lunatic. Rather than the moment they get accused, not waiting for the court case, just immediately get rid of them. Just trust any accusation is true. Well, that's bitten you in the arse now. Like,
Sure
you
has.
trusted the wrong person.
Amber Heard.
And so now, if you double down on that and get rid of him for something else entirely, I don't think people will care. They'll back him over Disney.
Yeah. An array of different concepts for possible future Pirates films has been touted over the years, with reports of Disney exploring all manner of options. These have variously been said to star classic characters, all new cast, act as a full reboot, or offer a spin-off tale made while the series' main storyline was rested. A key issue has been the status of Johnny Depp, who previously said he had no desire to return as Captain Jack Sparrow after Disney cut ties with the actor during a string of legal issues. In 2018, Depp lost a libel case he lodged against the UK publisher of The Sun newspaper over an article which characterized him as having been violent towards his former wife, Amber Heard. The following year, Depp then successfully sued Heard for defamation over an article written by her in the Washington Post, the publication of which Depp claimed had led to Disney refusing to work with him.
I don't think that the outcome of the court cases even particularly matters. I think what won it for Depp was your court cases are streamed. Like, you have cameras in the courtroom, so people can watch everything and decide for themselves. Our court cases are all done in hush-hush, in private. You can't see them.
Yeah.
And so people will automatically default to trusting her. But the moment everybody got to see what was going on, everyone was on his side. Way before the court actually made a decision, he was the one everyone supported. He was the one everyone knew that he was the one being abused by her.
I think like the big like nail in the coffin for her, among many other evidence that was, pointed out, shared, was when she was like, "You're a guy. No one's gonna believe that you were abused." Yeah, when she said, I forgot exactly how she worded it, but she basically was just like, "You're a man. No one's gonna believe that you were abused by me, a woman." It's like, oh well.
And from what I heard in the UK court case, there was a lot of evidence like that was excluded. The judge wouldn't allow it in. Which is probably one of the reasons we don't allow cameras into our courtrooms, so that they can do things like that and nobody complains. So yeah, I think it was the public opinion that essentially saved his career, and it was only because you allowed cameras in. That actually changed my mind on courtrooms. Before I was like, yeah, you don't need cameras in. After that one, I'm like, no, there should be in everything. Everybody should watch every case.
Yeah, he was a freaking rock star, man. People were pulling up, like he's pulling up, and people are giving him gifts and they're cheering him on. And then like Amber pulls up, and it's like boo, like one person like boos, no one's saying anything. Like that was.
And now imagine if Disney had been that, like they'd made a movie and then they'd been like, we don't know whether we're going to release it. We're going to wait for the outcome of this case. And then the moment he won, they released a pissing movie with him in it.
It would have
made billions. It was like,
yep.
Because do you remember on YouTube, every video that people were making about that court case was getting millions of views?
Yeah, here, we're done with this article, so let me... Oh, yeah, I remember watching, I think it was Netflix. They picked up, it starts with Anna, that Star Wars girl, and they didn't give anybody credit, and you just hear Anna's voice, and I remember she tweeted out, she was like, she starts it, and then the first thing she hears is herself, and she's like, what? Like, they took a bunch of footage of YouTubers and didn't even, like, reach out to them and ask or offer money or give them any kind of recognition, which was shady. But yeah, YouTubers really
I remember Asmongold's videos, like his videos were getting absolutely insane views. People were going live like 16, 18 hours a day and stuff.
Covering the court case.
Exploded entire channels. It was wild.
It was. It definitely was. So I guess we'll keep our eye on that and let you guys know, chat. Like if they're doing the Pirates movie, like I said, I don't really want it, but if Johnny Depp's going to be in it, I will absolutely be going to see it. I can't say that I'll go see it if he's not in it. Maybe just like
I don't think they make it if he's not in it.
If he's not, yeah, but Disney has done a lot of dumb stuff, so we can't put it past them.
They did make Ironheart.
they made Iron.
With my favorite character, Slug.
I don't even know who that is, but
I have put an article.
The show iconic? Because I've been told that the trailers led me to believe that the show was supposed to be iconic.
Well, do you want to see the most iconic person in the entire show?
Yes, please.
because this is glorious. And the thing is, this is, oh my god, how many ads do you want to pop up on me? The thing about this character is this is a secret person in drag. So Drag Race Shea Coulee reveals intel on Ironheart's character's secret past. Secret past. Do you think they might have been in drag before? I don't know. I mean, do you think
Of
they might have
course.
secret past? So, Slug, by the way, is a big fat man in the comics. Like a big, like, what is it, fat bastard, you know, from
Like that big, like fat bastard from Austin Powers.
Like he weighs a metric ton. That's what it's meant to look like. So obviously the race swap, at this point, the race swap is the least problem of the character. But yeah, you will be seeing the diva in some looks, Shea tells them. A really fierce hacker. So they've got the nails, a key supporting role. I help a group of urban Robin Hoods. We've seen this with Robin Hood before. They just go around nicking things from their superiors to take away from the privileged and help give back to they mean themselves. They're gonna go to an iPhone store and just nick everything and then give it to themselves. I'm there to help on all the crimes that go down, trying to shift this power dynamic in Chicago. Now, there was a trailer, and what they legitimately in the trailer go, you know what's great about Chicago? Pizza.
You mean the casserole? No, so you say Chicago.
They legitimately
that's
go.
Not a pizza, it's a casserole.
They legitimately go thin crust cut in squares. That's actually in the marketing of the thing. Like, oh, we've got pizza. Don't worry, this show has pizza in it. So then they've got the Horde. Slug doesn't dive into too much of the action-orientated spectacle. Probably because of the nails. I'm a bit more of I'll drive the getaway car, hang out in the van with my cute little laptop, with my fierce nails, and help you hack the mainframes.
With my fierce nails? They said that? Or he said that, or whatever?
With my fierce nails.
Well, they're really, that's his whole identity then, huh?
I don't think this person could install a Windows installation, let alone hack something.
Well, he's gonna do it very sassy, so.
They've kind of left drag. I mean, there used to be a queen, but it's kind of in a past life. You see them in drag, so it's not that much in a past life.
Yeah, if it's still happening.
Well, it's in flashbacks, but it's not really where they are now, because now they're trying to be on the low. On the low.
That looks very on the low.
That looks like a
Weekly.
Christmas tree that someone's decorated on LSD. And this is them hacking. This is on the low.
Looks super locked in, to be fair. Like, he knows what he's doing.
He's like, yeah, I've got my fierce nails and my lips have been stung by bees. I mean, I don't even know what that would be on the low. This suffers from the same thing as the
I was
bat
thinking
suit.
that it does. I know it looks like
That's what I was. Yeah, exactly. All three of us done it at the same time. So the only reason this could be on the low is if your nipples popped off and you had like computer hacking tools pop out of them. Like you could remotely tie it from arms that popped out your own nipples.
Oh my goodness.
This is her first scripted acting role. Don't know if you could have gathered that one.
I, for one, I'm shocked. I thought this person was a superstar.
People take away the amount of genuine heart that was put into the production. This was an open and compassionate crew. I think they were very open. I think there were many parts of the crew that were opened all over the place.
Oh, I'm sure.
Slug marks a departure from the kinds of characters and audiences typically see in the MCU. Should I remind you about Agatha?
Ugh. Please don't.
Where Wiccan wore... What was the thing? It was like a witch's costume.
Oh, I
It's like
don't
an
remember.
Yeah, it was an evil witch's costume. And she goes, "Why are you in that?" He's like, "Well, if the cheekbones fit."
Oh my gosh, yeah. I thought you were gonna say something about the robe, that they were naked under their robes, which was so shocked by that. I can't believe
Isn't
that.
everyone naked under their clothes?
She was naked under there.
That was the thing. It's like everybody's naked under their clothes. Perverts.
Perverts.
Slug, she reveals, goes by they them pronouns. It's always good to know. Just because, I mean, I
It's
probably
their
could
whole
have guessed that.
identity.
I probably could have guessed that myself if you had to ask me. That or tree. And in that small regard, helps keep the MCU on a broader path in terms of character representation. We get 5 extra members of the audience, and we're not going to think about how many people we've excluded with that statement. Finding ways to exist in a way that truly, authentically felt like me, but also the character, was really cool.
He was just really cool with the nips and all that, so oh my
Yeah,
god.
was...
That's they could have thrown it in without making it like his whole identity, right? I mean, still people would have pointed out and been annoyed by it because they put this in everything, but it would have been different.
It's not my whole identity. I just look like an apple that's gone off.
Oh my god.
I need to be thrown out. I've gone moldy.
Moldy apple.
Well, it's just... When you're like, I need this character to be me, it's like, you are acting, though. You do realize that, right? You're not actually a hacker. I doubt you'd know. This is the kind of person that when Windows said they committed an illegal error, thought they'd actually committed a crime. It's like, oh no, the police are going to be knocking on my door. Hide all the narcotics.
Oh my gosh. Just when I thought the show couldn't get any... You're really okay, Curious Potato.
I mean, yeah, it would be difficult, but you'd have to try and struggle through it. Really
Oh my
fierce
goodness.
hacker.
Oh. We'll see.
I like the description of urban youths. It's like urban Robin Hood.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's catch up on these supers.
Ironheart's going to be the best television series of our time. They want to get it over in 2 weeks, and they think no one's going to cover it. They're in for
He's like that.
They
Hello.
have made a mistake.
Have you ever met me? I'm gonna
covered
root for
Echo,
season
and they
2.
dumped that thing in 1 day.
You're gonna be rooting for season 2.
It's like there's no way he's going to make 3 videos in 3 days. You watch me.
Is that supposed to be a challenge? I was just saying, like, Disparu's not even on UK or American time. Like, I used to think you were more on American time, but you're on like your own time. Like, you're on Disparu time, which is a whole
I just go
different
to
time
sleep
zone.
when I'm tired. Yeah, my bedroom doesn't have curtains because I don't care what time I sleep, so it doesn't need to be dark. I stay up until I'm knackered, and then I just fall in bed, and go to sleep, and then wake up at a random time. Carry on.
He's like,
But-
I'm
and
gonna
they made a
lay
mistake.
down now.
They're dropping this on Tuesday. Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't do anything anyway. I have plenty of time.
He's like, I got all day.
You want me not to cover this? You drop it on Friday.
You'll still cover it. It'll be a couple days late, but you're gonna get it right on time.
Well, Doctor Who got, because it was released on a Saturday. It was one of the harder things for me to cover.
You still got it though.
Oh yeah, it was just days later.
Deadman says lesbian time. Oh my gosh, it's a whole nother world.
Yeah, we sleep when we want, where we want.
Magnum Norse for 5 says X-Ray Girl loves to eat dogs. We should have read that one before she left.
That's why Superman keeps adding him in.
Maybe that's why she's gonna like that movie so much. I'm just kidding. I don't know if she's gonna like it.
She's gonna need to keep a bowl with her for the drool.
And also, Magnum Norse adds on, the cuter the dog, the sweeter the juice. Oh my gosh.
Do you get it frightened? You can't get it frightened because it makes it taste bitter.
No, all the
She likes them loved. They're softer that way. They're more tender.
It's like what was never mind, I can't remember what it was. Southeastern Kaiju for 2. Gunn has cracked the code, Disparu. He's got this.
He's made one good movie his entire career. He can definitely make an entire franchise. It's like, I
Yeah,
only recently
we'll
found
see what
out he was the
happens.
CEO of DCU Studios. I'm like, that's a mistake.
That's a mistake. Yeah. Don't disagree with that. He seems like he gets so like I feel like he sits on the internet and like looks at comments and stuff and gets mad. It's like, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can really. I've said on other streams, humans aren't designed to have thousands of inputs and opinions. You were meant to be in a little tribe of like 50 people, and so those opinions mattered to you because those are the only people you knew. So you wanted everyone on side. People
Yeah.
aren't meant for thousands of things. You can read 1,000 good comments, you get a bad comment, and you're like, oh. And
That's what's gonna stick with you.
yeah, over time you get used to it.
Yeah.
But you get used to it by not caring about them. And if you're reading them, you care about them. He hasn't reached that point where it just doesn't matter to him anymore.
No, he cares. He gets so mad like that. It baffles me still that he's like so mad that people like want to know like this person versus this person, like Superman versus Homeland, like that makes him mad. That's just how humans are. That's how nerds are. He's not a nerd.
When you're telling people to get off the nuts of your scriptwriter because he doesn't owe you anything and it irritates you, like, really? People ask about when a script is going to be finished irritates you?
Yeah. Yikes.
That shouldn't bother you at all. Like, because you should already know when that script's coming in.
Mhm.
Like, be like, well, I could understand because they don't have the information I do. But if you're getting irritated with it, it means it kind of implies you don't know either.
And he's lashing out because he's, because maybe he's frustrated that
Wait, you
you know,
can't
they-
have this
they-
long between movies.
no.
The Batman 2 should have come out after Penguin finished. You should have ridden that wave of positive, like, feeling
Yes,
into the next movie.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like I know they're in talks about the Penguin season 2, and I
Mm.
gotta be honest, like I'll watch it, but I'm not sure that I really want it because I don't think they're gonna capture the same just lightning
Well,
in a bottle twice like that. That show was just really well done, and I think that it's been told, and now they're gonna probably start to like try and branch off and tell stories of other people that were in the show, and it's like it was good, just leave it alone.
The actor, I can't remember his name, but the main actor of Penguin has said, I'm not ready to make a second Penguin thing. I'm not ready to step back into that suit. So, as far as he's
He
concerned,
did.
there is no new information on it.
Colin Farrell,
So-
yeah, he's like, yeah, no.
It's a long way
Um,
off. And you can't have multiple years between seasons. People used to have 22 episode seasons a year. If you can't do that, don't make television.
No, you're right. Look at Stranger Things. That
Ah.
first season, people loved it. And then, COVID hit and everything, and there was so much time. Like the first season was like they were kids. They were like 11, and now they're like all married and stuff. Like, didn't Millie just get married? And she's they're adults now. So because of yeah, it's still a popular show, but that's just an example
but
of
that's
the
also
hype
the
died down
exception.
so much. It's an exception, but the hype still died down massively for the show. And there's some people that
Mhm.
after season 1 were just like, yeah, I didn't watch anymore after that.
Yeah, it would have been way bigger if it had been released yearly.
Yeah.
And as it is, it keeping its popularity over this many seasons, not only do I think it's not really deserved, every season is exactly the same as the season before. It tells the exact same story the previous one did. It is the exception in its popularity to have kept that. There are so many other streaming services that after 3 years, no one comes back for them. They don't care anymore.
No. And that like I did enjoy other parts of Stranger Things, but I do like season 1 will always be just like the superior season. It was such a good story. They could have even done like just like a longer, maybe not longer, but they could have made it it's good as a show. But like if they would have done like a movie like that, that could have also worked. But I think it's probably better
Well-
as a show because they had more. It gave them more to like more time to tell the story. Like if it was a movie, it probably would have only been like 2 hours.
I can only remember parts of it. I liked season 1. I didn't like the one where for some reason they were serving ice cream and there was a Russian base. I thought that was awful. The
Yeah,
entire season.
that was.
I think that was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I didn't like that
Um,
one.
And the last season, I did not like the entire first drop. I thought all of that was awful. Wasn't interested at all. It was only the finale, like the
Vecna stuff.
the second 2 episodes, that saved it for me. I really liked the finale,
Mhm.
but hated the rest of the season.
Yeah, the
So,
finale was great, and I actually
mhm.
went to the Halloween Horror Nights where they had like the Stranger Things house, and it was really cool. And Eddie was a good character too. People really liked Eddie in the last season, but he's gone now, so we're not gonna get him in the next season. So. But this is the
Yeah,
final
but now he's
season,
in
so
Fantastic Four with Pedro Pascal.
yay!
He's not a toxically masculine man anymore that likes women. Now he respects them and stuff. That's
Now he's
his
lame.
character. Yeah.
Now he's just lame. Yay!
Yeah, now he just seems like an arsehole from what I've seen in the trailers, actually. He's just there miserable going, "You're not here in time for tea." It's like, oh, great.
Black Cane, thank you for the 5. Tom Cruise's shirtless beach football training method has led to the successful destruction of 3 Iranian nuclear infrastructure sites.
This is the thing. Hey, you've got to
Hey, Tom
reward the
Cruise.
people somehow.
The Dead Man for 10. Bring back Depp and make Jack the hero. And if it was well written, I would be down for it. Will's son should be in his 20s, so there's a possibility, or so there's a possible story there. But Disney won't do that. Yeah, probably not.
Oh no, okay. Will from when you said Will, I was like, Will Smith's son? It's like,
Oh no,
he's been in
Will
movies
Turner.
and he's awful. But
Oh
yeah.
gosh, Jaden. Yeah.
I don't think you even have to make them related. Like, there's so many legitimate pirates from history and stuff you can bring back as characters if you want.
Oh yeah.
And pirates is cool inherently. It shouldn't be hard to come up with characters.
Mm-mm. Not at all. Hokies, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. You know what? We haven't played anything yet, so here we go.
Yes, queen.
Yes.
Your light's not on today. Oh no, you moved it. It's a different color. Never mind.
It broke for ages.
I know. I just noticed that because I'm like, there was something different from your background every time, but now like I just noticed what it was.
It is broken, the fact that I can't turn it on remotely. If I go over there and unplug it and replug it in, it works. But I have to go over there.
It's like I don't want to get up. I'm comfy over here. Well, to be fair, you do take like a nap.
There was a time for many weeks where that was off, and it was because I hadn't walked across my room.
I didn't go that way.
Like, I legitimately have a thing which I've turned on, which is also a blue light.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's easier than going over there.
Austin Harn for $9.99. The 2019 Charlie's Angels was in the 5th film pileup at the end of the year. Terminator Dark Fate, Angels, Black Christmas, Little Woman, and Rise of Skywalker all in 2 months. Oh wow, that's not a very good 2 months.
It is one of the, if you go back and you pick any month from 2005, there will be loads of movies in that month that you'd be like, oh, I'd actually go and watch that. That was decent.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't have that anymore.
No, I missed that. Maybe you'll get it back one day, but probably not. Mac Fly has been a member for 7 months. Thank you. Fun fact: without nipples, boobs would be pointless.
I read ahead again.
Good dad joke, McFly. Rare Bear for 5. Pirates of the Caribbean remade in animation would be cool. Think Sea of Thieves, but nobody in Hollywood wants to do animated remakes of live action.
Yeah, I don't know why you would. To me, that is taking something away from it. I can understand live action remakes of animation because I do think that seeing humans and connecting with humans is more what we're meant to do. And for me, at least, it was the same in How to Train Your Dragon. I liked the live action more because humans doing things means more to me than cartoons.
Yeah,
it's the same with anime. I'll watch anime. If there was the live action version of it, I would much prefer that. So I don't know why you'd do it the other way around.
So my take on this, it depends on what you're doing. Like, they're talking about, or they're in works right now doing an Evil Dead animation, which I'm for that because I want Bruce Campbell to continue playing Ash, but he's getting too old to do the role. So if they want to continue, like that, like,
and
but I get what you're saying too.
So,
yeah, and then they can still do it, and he just voices. And same thing with, like, another example would be like if there's like vampires and a thing like Buffy. If you want to continue like the actual story of Buffy, if you went over to animation, Angel and Spike aren't aging; they can just voice the character. Things like that, I get it, but I do understand what you mean. Like,
yeah, but you're doing like additional content, and I do understand that, yeah, because voicing over something is entirely different.
Yeah.
There's been lots of stuff like this, like Mr. Bean had an animated series because Rowan Atkinson didn't want to do the live action stuff. So I get the new content. It was more the super chat was about remakes, and I don't know what an animated remake of a live action contributes.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, especially right now because all the actors that were in the previous movies can still play the roles, and you could also introduce new characters. You know, like you said, you want like a young
And
hot girl, which will definitely get men to go watch it. Like you
It's
know,
just it's so obvious to me that you should just have a hot woman. Everybody used to know this, and they were called TNA characters. It was just tits and arse characters. There was always one in a movie or a TV series. Like Legend of the Seeker was just a fantasy series. It just had hot women in it for no reason whatsoever.
for your
They would,
point,
they had like whips and leather for no reason whatsoever. Like,
animated
well, yeah.
bodice is not as good as the real thing. That just disproves point there.
Well, I mean, you can add more jiggle physics.
Yes, it's true.
But yeah, I do think there would be room for like an animated TV series of Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah,
I think
but
there's
not like
definitely stuff you could add
continuing
to it.
or remaking, just something. Well, not remaking,
Well,
but
with
like
Captain Jack, you know, if Johnny Depp
Yeah.
wouldn't do a live action stuff, but he would do voiceover, I think that'd be cool.
yeah, I would watch it. But I don't know. Like I said, the price has to be right. They're not going to make the movie. I mean, they might because they've made a lot of stupid decisions, but it would not be smart of them to make a movie without Johnny Depp. And I think the only way he's going to do it is if they pay him very handsomely. Like they got to give him a lot of money to bring him back. And possibly he might even throw in that he wants like a public apology or something for what they did. I don't know if he would, but I'm just saying I think he would ask for quite a bit if he was going to come back and because he has already publicly said that he isn't interested in coming back as Captain Jack Sparrow, which I think it
That
I
could
think
also
that,
be a negotiating tactic.
exactly. But I also think that he loves that character. He got the Sparrow tattoo. He named his son Jack after the character. Like he has love for the role. So I think it was all just because Disney turned their back on him.
I don't think they'll make one without him because I think if they were going to, they would have made the all-female one. And that went nowhere.
Yeah.
So I think if they were going to, it would have been made by now.
Probably.
Now, if he says no, they might try anyway. but that I think they'll go to him first.
They'll go to him first, and if he says no or they don't hit the right price, they can't get the negotiations, they will probably put it on him like, we did want to continue the Captain Jack Sparrow story, but he didn't want he didn't want to do it.
There are lots of rumors of the numbers that Robert Downey Jr. was offered to come back for MCU. If he still turns if they offered him the same and he turns it down, he's just an idiot. Like that, you're basically saying I will never come back because Robert Downey Jr. stuff was crazy.
Yeah,
like, insane to even offer anybody that much.
Yeah, I still think they should have got a different character. It's just kind of or a different actor. Like I know he's beloved and all that, but it's like he's Iron Man, so having him, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see if there's going to be like good payoff. I don't know.
I think Robert Downey Jr. is liked as Robert Downey Jr. He's gone to various different characters that people just like him as an actor.
Yeah.
And people have said before, a lot of characters, they ask, who would make a good Captain America? But when you come to Iron Man, it's who would make a good Robert Downey Jr.? Like, he was so big, he took over the role. He took over the character rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
And so, what I think the stupid thing was paying that much for him and then getting a load of extra people. And every extra person just takes more time away from Robert Downey Jr., who is your high watermark anyway. So you're essentially watering down him with all these useless people that no one cares. No more. No one's coming to a cinema to watch no more. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. Let's bring this up real quick. Did you see this? Aaron Pierre is one of the names being considered for the next James Bond. Do you know who this is?
I think he's in Lanterns or something. But firstly, I think this is nonsense. But if you go off what Amazon and even Barbara Broccoli said, it was always, we want a British person, we want a man, but we don't care about ethnicity. So this is, although I think this is just nonsense, it is within the realms of things that Amazon will be happy to consider. So it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter about the actual actor so much as the topic that you're discussing. And the thing I keep coming back to is I saw this and I felt nothing, because to me, Daniel Craig was already the first female Bond, and you can't really go worse than that. So, like, you've already destroyed the character. You either go back to someone like Brosnan, you basically either cast Henry Cavill, or I don't particularly care, because I don't think you can make James Bond, because I don't think you're willing to do what James Bond is. And there was an Amazon quote that came out in the Broccoli interviews, where Amazon in like one of their meetings said, "I don't think James Bond is a hero." Well, you can't make the movies then. Like,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah, you shouldn't be the one handling it if you don't feel that way. Yeah, I agree. They need to hire someone who's like tall, dark, and handsome, like Pierce Brosnan or Henry Cavill. Like everyone knows Richard Madden's a big one for me, but I think he'd be good in the role. Not even just because he's my celebrity crush. It's just he's got the look, and I think he would do well in the role. But the thing is, even if they cast somebody who looks the role, just like you pointed out, she doesn't think he's a hero. They're not gonna handle the franchise, you know, properly if they don't respect who the character is and they change everything about him. Like, are they gonna change him to where he's not a ladies' man? That's like the biggest thing about
Yes.
one of the biggest things about
No, that's
Bond
one
is
of the
that
things why they don't think he's a hero, because he's a ladies' man.
Oh, who
This
cares? He
it
saved
was
people's
very
lives.
obvious. It was very obviously a woman that said, "I don't think he's a hero." I think it even said "she" in the article title. But
Okay.
they the whole womanizing thing, they think that's horrific. How dare you? Females should be able to be slags. A man can't like them though. So I don't know how you're gonna square those two things together. But at this point, I think there's very few people that can even resurrect the franchise. And I would, even if you only had him for a couple of movies, I would just cast Henry Cavill while you found something else. Like all this time
yeah.
of maybe we should be casting people. No, you already know he's the perfect casting. Just get him on board, do a couple of movies, and work out the future then, even if it's just a short-term stopgap. Get somebody decent back in to get confidence back in the franchise.
Mhm.
But they won't do that.
No. And the thing is, you get Henry and people are gonna freak out over it because it's not even just women. Like, yes, he's attractive and women love him, but he's a good actor. He respects the roles that he takes on, and men also love Henry Cavill. I mean, one of the
It's
most
not-
talked about scenes on Deadpool, like there was so much that happened with Deadpool and Wolverine, but people went nuts over Henry's little scene in the like when he's hopping around and he was Wolverine. Like people like, oh, I could see that he could be the next Wolverine. Like he's just a very loved action hero.
It's not that for me. It's like I posted something else. I think it was about Doctor Who. There was a guy. It was like, could you accept an American writer for Doctor Who? And I said I could accept an American writer, but I couldn't accept an American actor. And somebody replied, going, "Oh, I think an American could pretend to be English." And I think I just said something like, "Yeah, a lot of people think that." There is something lost when an American tries to be British, and we've seen this on the comedy adaptations, the In-Betweeners. You take the same script from the In-Betweeners, you take the British people out, the Americans in it, doesn't work. Red Dwarf, take the British people out, Americans in it, doesn't work. Coupling, same script, English people out, Americans in it, doesn't work. There's something lost, and I admit I couldn't put my finger on it either, but there is something that gets lost between the two. And if you look at any picture of Pierce Brosnan in his career, he looks like Bond. Whether he's playing Bond or whether he's in Mobland, he still looks like Bond. And it's the same with Henry Cavill. In any picture, just looks like Bond.
Yeah, that's the Bond that I grew up with. Like I admit that I have to watch the older Bond films, but GoldenEye, man, that was so good. The game, I loved it.
It is just a case of there is something indescribable about an actor that either is or isn't Bond. And this isn't.
I agree, Jose.
And there's lots of the other people. All the pictures I keep seeing of this could be the next Bond. They've all got stubble because they're all trying to be Daniel Craig. And it's like, no, he wasn't Bond either. That you don't know what it is. It should be part of their personality. They should be the English gentleman, just themselves. And it's what none of the people like recognize or actually think about.
Yeah. No, I get exactly what you're saying. Like sometimes if you switch things, it could work, but for certain things, like James Bond is a British gentleman, so you should hire a British gentleman to play the
Well,
role.
I was watching. There was a video recently about for some reason, a lot of my feed has been taken over by differences between like American and Brits, and it even comes down to like how you eat. We use cutlery differently, and I
Really?
never even thought about it.
How? How so?
Americans, like there's a couple of ways. They don't always cut everything up. Like this guy was just getting his fork and just stabbing things. But another way is they will swap hands with the cutlery, or they'll put the knife down. There was even one video of a guy. No, this woman was going, "No, I'm going to eat like an English person, and I'm not going to swap hands with my cutlery, and I'm not going to put them down." And she forgot how to use the cutlery because she's so used to doing what she's doing that when she couldn't do it anymore, she didn't know how to use them. And she's cutting things up with the food, and her husband goes, "I actually think it's quite rude with me that you're talking to me while you're holding a knife." I'm like, what the?
I'm
What are you
threatened.
doing? Like,
Are you
this is
gonna
just.
stab me?
But it's things like that. There are loads of minor details which nobody thinks about or recognizes that comes in. Americans and English people are incredibly different. And
Yeah.
something gets lost. The sense of humor, the presentation, the style, it's all different. And people are like, no, we're just all interchangeable people. No, we're not. We are very, very different people. And I do know people are like, well, English people play American parts, so yeah, maybe they shouldn't. I have no problem if you be like, oh, hypocrite. No, I don't really care about that. if there's some intrinsically like the Westerns, don't have British people in them. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say that I'm like, but that's a good example of like, there are British actors that have played American roles fine, but there's a difference between like having to be like a true, like if you want to go like with like you said, like a cowboy, like American, what people think when they think of America versus just having the accent. You know what I
It
mean?
would be weird to have Rowan Atkinson in a Western. I don't know how. I don't think he could pull it off. I did.
Yeah.
Somebody posted on a House, and like, yeah, House is probably a bad example because House was Sherlock Holmes, and so what you essentially had was Sherlock Holmes pretending to be an American doctor, but then you had a British actor pretending to be an American doctor, so it kind of works because it was all fake all the way down.
Yeah, I agree. Like I know Disrude doesn't like the American Office, but I loved it.
Yeah, but the American Office changed it. The American Office isn't the English Office. And in fact, people didn't like the early seasons because it evolved. It was the same with Top Gear. The start of Top Gear tried to be the British Top Gear. It didn't work. But then it evolved into its own American thing, and then people liked it.
I think another big thing was Ricky Gervais was still like he was a part of the American Office too. So
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, because when I've seen it, it was a
He was the
different
creator,
guy took
I
his
think.
role.
Hold on. No, he wasn't in it. That was Steve Carell, but I mean, he was still behind the scenes.
Oh yeah,
I
I think obviously he has to be behind the scenes. I meant more more like the actors and stuff.
Yeah,
like I
he
say,
he did like a
I
cameo.
think an American
He produced it though.
I think an American writing Doctor Who is far less of a problem than an American playing the actor. And I have the same issue with Harry Potter. Like, having Americans being in Harry Potter just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's not an English school if it's full of Americans. And people are like, no, you can't tell the difference.
So I'm looking
Can't tell the difference, you've never been to England.
I'm looking into that, and it looks like I think that Ricky Gervais was actually offered to play the role of Michael Scott in the American one, but he turned it down and just was an executive producer. And he did make a cameo. I think it was only one episode. It might have been two. But yeah.
Yeah, I think him not being in it is the right decision.
Yeah, me too.
I think the only way it could possibly have worked is if he was going to be, still an Englishman.
Yeah, he would have been. He was like in his cameo, but I think that since they did make them two very different shows, that it was the right move to get an American to play Michael Scott. Because it just would have been confusing having him come all over and then he's playing the the lead in both shows. So it definitely was.
The story about The Office and morphing into it, like, it had to find its tone in America.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually quite well documented. I think there's lots of documentaries and YouTube videos explaining how they had to they realized something was off and it didn't really work. And it's hard to describe or put your finger on, but there is something there because otherwise there's too many shows that just move across and like, no. Like, I just challenge anyone. Watch first episode of Coupling, British versus American, or first episode of In-Betweeners, and then watch the American. It's the same lines. It's the same script. The only thing that changes is Brits versus Americans. It doesn't work. Like something is gone. Like the soul's left. Weird. Or like you're trying to be something you aren't. Like I said with the Daredevil stuff. Doesn't matter if she's really watched the original Daredevil. She doesn't like it. She's not the target market. So the best thing she can do is try and imitate what she's seen, rather than do something that's like
New.
authentically her that she can judge the quality of. She's just trying
Yeah.
to guess what this thing is that she doesn't really understand.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I just find it so funny now though that they tell these people not to write the source material. Like part of me, like it's like I do get it to a point because they want it to be different, but it's like there's nothing wrong with seeing what started it so that you can understand like what's loved about these characters and stuff. It's just I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know,
but it's like,
man.
even if I don't think you have to be a fan of Superman to write a Superman story.
No,
Because because you can go and read the comics and like it. But I do think you have to be a fan of superheroes. Because then you might be a Batman fan, and then you go and read Superman comics, and you get it because it's the same kind of genre. But if you're not into superheroes, I don't think you can then write superhero stories. No matter how much you read, you don't like them. They're not your thing. It would be like me writing rom-coms. It would be
are
the
you
biggest
sure you
farce
couldn't
you've ever
write a
seen.
good one?
I could write your book talk ones. Like they're just perverted nonsense. They're a piece of piss.
All the women are just going to be hot with big boobs.
I couldn't write Bridget Jones's diary. So.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, it is getting to that time. What do you have coming out this week? Well, obviously you got some Ironheart stuff coming
Ironheart.
out. Yeah.
That's basically most of the week.
Yeah,
I
he's
do want to
excited
do
for that.
something on the Superman marketing because
You
there's so many of the videos and it is so weird.
It's
I
very
don't know.
weird.
It's like I know who it's marketing to, but I know the audience that they're marketing to doesn't exist. So it's just bizarre. And every piece of thing is, no matter how bad the show has been, like Gotham Knights, I think Gotham Knights had incredible marketing. Terrible show.
It did. I didn't watch the show, but it did have good marketing.
The people that were doing the marketing made the best they could out of it. So I generally like Marvel marketing, not this. Every piece of marketing that comes out for this makes me know it's not made for me. Like I'm not gonna like the movie. If the movie is like the marketing, in for me.
Yeah. No. I'm actually going to be traveling and I'm starting the trip tomorrow. And I won't be doing Wicked. Oh, no. I'm going to Mars.
I'm starting the trip to Mars.
Oh,
Mars.
Mars. I'll be going to Mars. I should be there tomorrow afternoon. So there won't be a Wicked's World this week because I'm actually going to be on the road that day. But the following week, everything will return to its schedule. But there will be Saucy. I'll have my stuff with me for Saturday. So I'll be on the road, but I'll be here for Saucy. So that's all that's going on. And maybe like an impromptu stream with like some friends or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'll be away. So yeah, the only streams I have coming up now will be Saucy next Saturday, but then but then after that I'm actually gonna be heading back home. So the following week back to schedule. I'm gonna send you guys over to Vara. She's playing Lies of P. So go say hi to her and we will see you guys next week. Have a good night. Bye.
Yeah.